Is this time to start? I feel like I'm missing something. Why do I have this feeling that I'm missing something? Hold on. Oh. Note, that's what I forgot. Hold on, guys, I need to grab my note. I've been too busy watching other people's streams as much as I'd like to. Because, well, I'm streaming myself for one thing. And, you know, a lot of stuff happened like yesterday. If you notice, if you are a avid viewer of mine, oh god, that music is so loud, and it's dubstep as well. Dubstep. That should be low enough. Yesterday I asked Viewer, like, is it loud? And he goes, no, it's not. I watched the playback and it was super loud, bro. I have no idea where you put your settings. Where's my chat? Chat is not popping up, like in-game chat. Go to settings. Sorry, I have to do all of this stuff. I think perhaps because of the update. Game overlay. Ole. Yes. Show chat. Why isn't it showing anything though? Fine. I mean, not that I'm able to see it anyway. It's just that I'm like a T-Rex. When there's movement, I notice things. So if, I mean, obviously, if the restream chat TTS says something, then I'll be able to hear what you guys say in chat. But I mean, secondly, I will see the chat box move. I'd have to zoom into it just to read it, but I will then know if for example restream chat fails to read the text, you know, text to speech, then I'll be able to notice the chat first. Although I kind of noticed that chat sometimes is lagging behind. So yeah. By the way, we're basically just gonna continue the string of doing summer event on my 50 plus toons, because so if like I said yesterday, I wasn't streaming because I was on my way to hospital when I was supposed to stream, because the day before that, right, today is a Wednesday, right? Yesterday was a Tuesday, so on Monday, right after the stream, my left eye decided to bleed internally. So yeah, so it's still bleeding, or no, it's not bleeding, but there's still blood inside my eye right now. You don't see it. I asked my wife, like, do you see any blood? And she goes, no. Like, when I say do you see blood, I don't mean like horror movie blood is dripping down my my eye sockets, whatever. It's inside my eyeballs or eyeball, singular. I don't think I have a rank 3 on this tune, but only because it's only level 8 and I can't even summon. I have to go to the workshop. So as I was saying, yesterday I went to the hospital because I went to my ophthalmologist. Ophthalmology, I think that's how you say it. The eye doctor. Yesterday. Was that crafting? Oh, it's the flower thing. Ooh. She's not too bad. Unfortunately, I don't have space for you, madam. Do I have space for you? No, I do not have space for you. Because all of my artisans... You know what? I'll probably just leave it. Leave the artisans as is. Only 2? 2 flower petals? So yeah, yesterday I went to the hospital because on Monday after stream, my left eye decided to bleed. And I wasn't even doing anything. I was just sitting down, having my lunch, minding my own business, watching anime while having my lunch. And suddenly the vision from my left eye was a lot worse than it was before. Not that I asked, but usually I can only see 20% vision out of my left eye. However, because of the bleeding, it has now, there's basically blood trails kind of like branching out across my eye. So of the 20%, I can probably only see 20%. So does that make it that I can only see 10% out of my left eye at the moment? I don't know. I didn't ask. But you know how you go to a doctor and you know there's something wrong when they don't say anything. They're like doing their tests, you know, they're like talking amongst themselves, the nurse and the doctor, and they don't tell me anything. So like they're in whispers. So you know something's wrong, but obviously you don't want to jump into conclusions because you're just gonna wreck yourself out overthinking things. So I just waited patiently for like that's another thing. I was in the hospital since before 7 o'clock, before they opened, like an hour before they opened, right? And then I took a number because there were like 2 numbers. One is for appointment, one is for meeting a doctor, right? So I didn't have an appointment because it's a walk-in. So I took the meeting a doctor like queue number, waited for at least an hour and a half, more than that maybe, and then once my number was called, sat down, said to the counter lady, like administration, I have an issue with my eye. She goes, this is for diabetics. Well, I was like thinking I'm a diabetic, but yeah, I would like to see the eye doctor. And she goes, yeah, you have to go for appointments. I didn't have an appointment. So, and you know, I wasn't in pain or anything, but there, you know, I was definitely anxious and nervous because I was afraid something's wrong with my eye. It could have been my implants bursting. Yes, I have implants in both eyes. Or it was bleeding. I didn't know, so I needed a doctor to tell me. And she goes, go to the eye department, ask them if a doctor would be willing to see you, and then come back and take another ticket for the appointments one. And I was like, so you made me wait for an hour and a half just to tell me this? Okay. Not to, you know, I mean, I don't know how bad it is in other countries. I just think our system is pretty poor. You know, they could have helped me, but it was so obvious. Like, I wasn't being rude to the administration staff, although it was obvious to me at that point that she was gonna help me. You know, I would have thought that, oh, okay, since you've been waiting for so long, let me try and like hook you up so that you don't have to queue another 2-3 hours, which I did, by the way, because since I got the wrong queue number, I'd have to go and wait for. This is the thing. In order to meet the doctor to see my eye, to talk about my eye, I had to go to the eye department, say, look to see if there was even a doctor available. My assigned doctor was not available. I was supposed to see her in October, but I wasn't gonna wait till from now till October to see what's wrong with my eye. So they assigned me with an alternative doctor, and then proceeded to tell me to get a number again, for an appointment. Of which at that time it was already 8 plus, 9 plus, or even 10. I didn't see a doctor until almost 12. Right? I came in before 7. I finally met a doctor at 12. So that was what, 5 hours waiting? And they did see me for like 30 minutes because I had to go to like 4 different rooms to kind of like analyze what was wrong with my eye. So it took them like 30 minutes to figure it out. And so, in conclusion, our system sucks. But anyway, just to kind of like update you guys. So there's bleeding. Okay, so the thing is, the issue with my eye is there's always been an issue with my eye. All right. So, but it was getting better. But yesterday, what the doctor told me was that I had bleeding in the lining of the back of my eye, which is where the existing issue was. And so when it started to bleed, the blood, it basically bled into my eye. So now I can only see a little bit. And so what's the other thing? So blood in my eye, and also it was like, I don't know, ruptured or something. One of my nerves at the lining of the back of my eye burst or something. But she didn't say that whether or not it was still bleeding or not. All she gave me was like vitamin C supplements that I have to take for the next month or so. And when I asked her like what happened, like why am I bleeding in the eye, and she goes, well, you have an existing issue, and that's the reason why you're bleeding. But I said I wasn't doing anything. I was just sitting down watching anime, and she goes, yeah, it could happen at any time. So it's not my fault. I didn't do anything like exercise or stress out. I don't think I stressed out on Monday so much that I was bleeding in the eye. But yeah, it just happened. So now they've prescribed me vitamin C supplements that I should be taking for the next month or so. I think I'm done with this too. And when I asked them when's the next time I'm able to see my ophthalmologist or optometrist, however you want to pronounce it, whatever the official way to say it is, she says, wait till we contact you. So it's between now and your next appointment, which is in October. So, okay. It's basically all they're saying to me is let it heal on its own. Meaning to say I can't see out of my left eye properly. Not that I did before anyway. It's just a lot worse. She says, until I have my appointment in October, or my appointment date, which is in so either they call me and say it's time for a surgery, or I have to wait till October when supposed surgery was due anyway. I'm not actually sure if October is when I get my surgery. It was just implied, and there is still a chance that even in October when I meet my doctor, that they're gonna postpone my surgery again, depending on how the condition of my eye is. Now that this happened, I don't know if I'm gonna get my surgery done like this year, in October, even less. So we'll see how that goes. My wife did say, since we are gonna go to KL anyway, do you think you'd like to get your eyes checked? And I was like, why should I get it checked in KL when I'm due for one in October? And even if the doctors in KL, Kuala Lumpur, could help me, um, I would need to pay for it, So it's like, if it was free, sure, but if I had to pay for it, like just even meeting a doctor, to tell them what I already know is gonna cost me something, then I'd rather not do it. I'd rather just wait till October. I don't think there's any imminent threat to my eyes right now. It's just when it happened, it really not confused me per se. I was really scared. Um, I mean, I thought it was something simple as my implants. Now, when I say implants, it's not like my fake lens, or what do you call those? Uh, Synthetic lens that are in my eye currently, in my right eye. That's not what I meant. Implants. These implants are basically steroid pills, I assume, which are like liquid, not pills per se, but liquid steroids that are inserted into my eyes, both eyes, by the way, through a needle, by the way, which is now floating inside my eye. So when this blockage or whatever it is, happened, I just assumed it was the implant that was inside my left eye that burst, as things tend to be, once they get absorbed, like their lining, as it were. If you can imagine like a balloon, right? So if the skin of the balloon has been burst, then all the water inside is gonna pour out, right? So that's what I assumed happened. Like the outer lining of the implant has deteriorated, and therefore the liquid, the steroids inside, basically just released and then just spilled all over the place inside my eye. So that's what I assumed it was. That was my first thought. The second thought was, I'm bleeding inside. There's like blood in my eyes, and therefore I can't see through the blood because it's basically covering the lens. So, but I needed to know. That's why I went to the doctors yesterday, and she confirmed that it's a. I mean, she didn't say in so many words that it was a good thing that I came in today and had it looked. But now we know that it is not the implants, that it is actually bleeding, that it is in fact blood inside my eye that's blocking my vision at the moment. So unfortunately, there's nothing we could do about it except letting the body just do its thing by absorbing the blood back into my body, slowly, as it were. I haven't investigated why they gave me vitamin C supplements. I do remember vitamin C was as a prevention for sailors of scurvy, vitamin C deficiency. So I don't have scurvy, I don't think. But if I was being honest, vitamin C has not been like the top priority of my foods list. You know what I mean? I used to eat dates. I used to eat kiwis. I used to eat fruits at the end of my meals. Back in the day when I was like, losing weight, going to the gym, working out like at least 3 hours. No, well, not at least 3 hours. Doing 10,000 steps daily, even on an off gym session, and then doing at least an hour at the gym, up towards like 5 hours in a day, including my cardio. So, yeah, I was like, then putting my like money into food as well, because working out is only a part of like weight loss. Cardio is only a little part of the pie with weight loss.
Have you been practicing?
Food
That was quite
is a little part of weight loss. Sleep is a little bit of like weight loss. You know, all of them combined is what actually gives you the results of weight loss or weight management. I'd like to put it, because you know, you could lose weight just by not eating. And I investigated the other day. If you guys were here, I've been on a 42-hour fast. No food. I was allowed to drink. In fact, I'm on intermittent fasting right now. I think the last time I ate wasn't 8 o'clock, because that's my usual window. Definitely before 10. I think it was 9 o'clock. I was still eating last night. I think it's definitely before 10. So I think it was like 9 o'clock was the last time I actually ate something, like finished eating my meal. Because I had like not pumpkin seeds. I had wait, was it pumpkin seeds? Kwachi is sunflower seeds. I had sunflower seeds. I love seeds. Seeds are apparently one of the superfoods. You know, iron and all this good stuff, potassium. So, and even calcium. What has calcium? Not cumin. It might be cumin, actually, now that I think about it. Cumin is apparently a really superfood. But I don't know what application, like where would I put cumin in my foods other than soup, I suppose. But anyway, going off track here, let's go backtrack to what I was saying. With weight loss, like if you were to eat just solely protein, like on a carnivore diet, you'll eventually hit this thing called rabbit starvation or something. Is what happens when like hunters, they just eat their rabbit meats, right? And they don't have anything else, like no carbs, no electrolytes, no did I already say salt? Minerals, vitamins, and all these other, like, I wouldn't say elements. What are they called? Stuff that your body needs, right? So if you just purely, and I know there are traces of these like carbohydrates, fiber, whatever, inside of meat as well. However, it's so minuscule that the body needs more. And I could argue that you don't actually need carbs in your body at all. Zero carbs. Yeah, in fact, you don't need carbs. You don't need potatoes. You don't need fruits, vegetables. Well, I mean, when I say you don't need fruits and vegetables, I meant you don't need their carbohydrate content. You do, of course, need vegetables and all these things like sodium, salt. I mean, ooh.
Don't worry.
I don't see any professions here. Let me just cancel one of these guys, I suppose. Rona, maybe? Fen? Good enough. So yeah, you don't need carbs, actually. Even if you were on, say, if you were on a strict carnivore diet, I would say, why is it not procking? That's the second one, I assume. Oh, that's 3, I hope. No. I need to concentrate for a little second. There you go. Does this tune have cobalt alchemy? Sorry, cobalt alembics. Yes, he does. 20. Oh, I canceled my profession, flower collecting, on this one. There you go. That is Fen, right? Yes, it is. He is rank 3 workshop. That's actually a good way to know at a glance whether or not you're a rank 3 or rank 4. These guys don't have professions, but they still need to collect the favor of Sune. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So yeah, going back to weight loss, I actually this is very arrogant of me back in the day, because I was telling my fitness instructor how it's so easy to lose weight. And when he asked me to explain myself, I said all you got to do is work out, eat and sleep, right? Um, but because of my circumstances, I don't take care of what I eat. I'm afraid to work out. Even to do my 10,000 daily steps now scares me because of something like this with my eye. And or if I'm like recovering from, like, say, surgery, for example, um, I don't need to kind of like pressure myself and reopening wounds. So I'm kind of stuck, because if I don't take care of my body, working out, taking care of what I eat, then my body has a lower chance of recovering. Like, it's not as healthy because I don't take care of what I eat. I don't work out, so it can't produce all those good things that is, like getting rid of the old cells, for example. So the only saving grace for me at the moment, which I still practice till today because it still benefits me with controlling my blood sugar and also my health, is fasting. Intermittent fasting. Again, as I was saying, I stopped eating at 9 p.m. last night, but usually I stopped eating at 8, which means that I'd be on an 18-6 window, 18 hours of fasting, 6 hours window to eat. Now, when I say 6 hours windows to eat, I don't mean for the whole 6 hours, eat nonstop. You're allowed to eat during those 6 hours. So, especially since I'm a diabetic, I would give myself 4-hour window in between meals so that my blood sugar after I eat can go down. Now, if I was on a carnivore diet, I don't have to worry about my sugar levels because meat or protein doesn't have sugars, or at least trace sugars. So what happens during a ketosis, basically the absence of carbohydrates in your body converts ketones as energy. Ketones are produced from fat and also protein. I believe from fat and protein. I'm not actually sure about the protein part, but definitely in the absence of carbohydrates, because your body now no longer needs to convert carbohydrate into sugars. And when you have zero sugars in your body, then zero sugar is being used in order to fuel your body. You need about, if I'm not mistaken, top of my head, 900 calories or 1800 calories. Sorry, 1800 calories in order for your body to fully function. However, the minimum, absolute minimum that you can take or you must take is about 900 calories. So for an adult male. So when I took the 36-hour fast, or in this case 42 hours, because I fasted from the 2 days ago prior at 2 p.m. I should have stopped at 8 p.m. If I stopped at 8, because I stopped at 2 p.m., after 36 hours, the time that I could eat was 2 a.m. So I wasn't gonna wake up or stay up until then to eat, and I shouldn't be eating at that time. So I decided to eat, I think it was for breakfast around 8 or 10, something like this. That's a much better time to eat. Though for me, breakfast is a very foreign concept because I've been on intermittent fasting 16 to 8 or 18 to 6 window for the past 3 years now, I think. So breakfast, I think I've only eaten this year. I've only eaten breakfast, counting with just one hand, so less than 5 that I can remember. But anyway, going back to oh yeah, I don't have profession on this too. For the next two tunes, including this one. So intermittent fasting is the only thing that and also drinking 2 liters of water a day. Although I should be drinking four apparently, I struggle to to drink 2 liters in a day already. So I'd be lucky if I could stomach three or four. Now usually when I'm working out like heavily, 4 liters is nothing. Like I would gulp that down. Every break that I get, I'll take a sip. You know, every kind of like session, I'll take a sip. Another session, another sip, or a set, as it were, not a session. A session usually takes about an hour for me, 30 minutes to an hour. Nowadays, I have 0 sessions of like working out. Unfortunately, I totally forgot I don't have professions on this dude. Why can't I move? Which means, unfortunately, that he does not have any SA ticket balls. But that's okay, I suppose. It is my fault. I should have made this guy into level 20 prior to the release of summer event. Sell these for gold, at least. I guess I will send that watermelon sorbet over to my shared bank. So if I get like one watermelon sorbet, one caprese, one pumpkin soup, I would have like 50 over of those foods at the end of the day, going through all of these 50 tunes, right? Roughly. And the thing is, these foods are actually unbound, meaning to say, if I got a stack, I could actually post it up on the auction house. Oh, I got another one here somewhere. Excuse me. However, I don't think now is the best time to sell them. People have probably already gotten their stacks of squash soup, caprese, and pumpkin soups. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna hold on to it because I do use these foods on a daily basis, like especially caprese. So I'm gonna hold it on to them until such time. Oh, I've already done. I don't need to do this tune. I keep on forgetting. Until such time there's like a scarcity, and then start selling them again, and then the cycle kind of continues. I mean, I suppose I shouldn't really care about AD because I got quite a bunch of AD already. I was explaining to you my alliance, how I make about 2 million AD per day, and when I told them professions, they were gonna professions. I get it, it's not easy, but if you were to start Masterworks or Master Crafting now, it's too late for you, I think, because although it is much easier now to get to Masterworks, it was so hellish back in the day when they first introduced Masterworks in Neverwinter. But I've always been a master worker since one, so I don't have to worry about it. And I only do it on my main. I don't think I want to expand to my other tunes. I will rank them all up to like rank 4 workshop. That actually is a good idea because then you can get all those like epic artisans as well as a bigger collection box, right? Instead of like say 30 at rank 4 or rank 3, you can get 36 in rank 6. Yes, you can get 36 collections. I do believe I have professions on this tune. Yeah, unfortunately I cannot see it. Once we go to the workshop, I will demonstrate. But yeah, if you know, if you are at rank 4 workshop, you have the most space. Basically. Oh, why is the music so low? The music is so low. It is there, but it's pretty low.
Those chickens are faster than quickens, I heard tell.
Weird. So yeah, I mean you can. There's nothing actually stopping you to do Masterworks right now. It is much cheaper than it was before. But I'm just saying you're kind of like late to the game if you're gonna start professions now. But you know, a year down the line, 2 years down the line, it will pay back, I suppose, in dividends. Like I'm currently making, like I said, 2 million a day selling like scintillants. I don't even know how much scintillants are selling for. You know what? I'll check that later. I'm kind of like focusing on getting these flowers first, because otherwise, you know, it's gonna take too long. There we go. We're done. We're gonna go. I believe I've already collected the daily from for the summer event. Although I'm doubting myself now, so I'm gonna go ahead and check it again. Let's see if I've got movement speed, mouse speed. Yes, I do. It looks like the answer is yes, so that's fine. I don't think I can. Yeah, I have to go to the workshop from here. That's fine as well. So I can explain. I'm assuming this guy's not even a rank 3. Yeah, he's not even a rank 3. But he's also not ranked level 20, so impossible for me to get ranked up to 4 at the moment until I level up my toon, which I'm not about to do anytime soon, I don't think. I'm too busy with doing other things than to level this up. In fact, I might cave and then just buy the booster or something. Anyway, this is rank 2. So this is like 6 and 3, 18. 6 and 4, 24. 6 is 6. 6 and 5, sorry, is 30. So a full collection will have 30 slots for you to collect. Like say these petals, which means I can get about 150, I believe, right? 30 times 5, 150 petals. It is not the most efficient way. It is a way to get fire blossom petals. What is the most efficient way? I know there's the most efficient way to get flower blossom petals currently is to do the events. And what do I mean events? You know, those hungry trolls, those summer feast, those flower collecting. What else? Where's Didn't I cancel? I did. Where's my leather worker? Fenma? I used Fenma earlier? Really? Weird. Uh-oh. What the fudge? Saren? Passion Project. He's not level 20 dab hand. I don't believe I have any other miracle worker currently. I mean, I would be using J. If I'm gonna go Passion Project, might as well go J. Fire Blossom, Heiwa. I suppose she's okay. As what you call those miracle workers goes, Heiwa is not too bad if I can actually see her. She should have been at the top. No? There you go. Let's make these Saha balls. Okay. I think that's it. I want to double check whether or not this guy has... No, he has not. He's rank 20. Now, question is, do I really want to give him Cobalt Lambics when he's only at rank like level 8? You know, I'm just gonna grab a non+1 Cobalt. Oh, I don't have any more. You know what? It's okay. I'll just make some more. It's practically free for me to make Cobalt Lambics, but I do have a lot more toons who are more deserving of Cobalt Lambics than a rank 8. But you know, since we're gonna go down the line anyway, eventually all of them will be having 2 Cobalt Lambics anyway, so I think this is a much better way to kind of like determine whether or not a toon has a Cobalt Lambic or not, just by supplying them down the line, as it were, rather than... Oh shoot, was that a squash shoot? Yes, it was. There you go. I do like to be organized. It keeps me sane. It keeps me sane. When I'm going through all of these 56 tunes, I try to make sure that each and every one of them has like equal opportunity. Although them being of like rank 8 or whatever is not good. Like they need to be rank 20s. Now back in the day when the leveling system was, killing things and getting experience and then rank it up to like level 80, I could be doing that for all of my tunes like in an hour or so, in a day definitely. Less than a day. Like in minimum 2 hours I can make a character from level 1 to level like 80. So when they introduced adventuring zones or adventuring quests in order to level up your characters, although the good thing they did before they did that was actually make any character even at level 1 to level 20 instantly. I was lucky. They didn't announce that. I didn't know that was gonna happen. But I appreciate that they did that because then I don't have to go through the campaign, leveling up campaign in order to make my tunes to level 20. However, now since that's the system, they should have allowed both. They should have allowed you to level up via experience as well as via the campaign if you wanted to. That gives you two options, two ways to level up. Now, if the leveling up system, like gaining experience, for example, was the same as it was before, I'd probably be able to level up a new character from level 1 to level 20 in less than 30 minutes. You know what I mean? If I could do 1 till 80 within the hour, I should definitely get 1 to 20 in less than an hour. So maybe even 10 minutes. Imagine that, getting a level 20 from level 1 in 10 minutes. That would have been some sort of speed run. So unfortunately it's not, but they should have made it so. Like we still have the prosperities, we still have a experience gain, as it were. Although it has changed into progress bars instead of experience. I still need to go to the workshop from here. That's fine. I don't know how many more I have to do. I tried, guys. I tried to get to all of my Saha ticket balls yesterday. So that today's stream is not about collecting Saha ticket balls. However, as you can probably tell, I'm only doing it because I have to, and plus yesterday I didn't have time because I went to the hospital. In fact, I totally missed yesterday's dailies, yesterday's Saha ticket balls, yesterday's Favor of Sune, except for my main. I was playing my main on reset yesterday, so I did the usual things. I don't feel like there's any miracle workers here. I like to use miracle workers because the one morale used in order to complete the Saha ticket ball could be alleviated. It could be cancelled. Like this, making these sailcloths are 0 morale, but this 1 morale that you use could be negated by a miracle worker. Oh no, it didn't. This time, there is like 20% chance of it negating, but that wasn't successful this run. This one also needs a alchemy, so I'm just gonna give him his. It's okay. I do know that one of my this one doesn't have anything. Which male was it that doesn't have anything? Nothing? They all got something? Okay. So now I don't have to worry about giving my tune alembics because I don't have any more until like reset later, and then I'll have morale. I could possibly simply use my AD to buy morale, but if I can get it for free, why would I? Kind of busy right now. I would actually go to MJS, even with my even with my increased blindness, as it were. Yes, last night. Yeah, last night somebody wanted me to run a MSH, and I was like, I don't think I should. Sorry, I just got back from the hospital for my eye burst. My bursted eye nerve. So yeah, and they wished me speedy recovery, which I am very thankful for. Problem is, there's nothing really I could do. What caused it was like just me sitting down. So, and I don't think I was stressed at the time. I know I was streaming like 56 or 50 plus tunes, I suppose, doing Saha. No, God. But I don't think that was the issue. It just like as per the doctor, it just happens. So there's nothing really I could do about it. And even now playing, sitting and streaming, I don't think there's anything I could do. Even if I was to say, imagine if I went to sleep like whole days, like 24 hours sleep, right? I don't think that's any better than say not sleeping for 24 hours. Well, I mean, obviously you do need sleep. Like say, let's say a minimum of 7 to 8 hours sleep. I generally only sleep around 4 to 7 hours. I don't. It's been. I don't remember having slept for 8 hours straight anymore. I don't remember days when I've slept for 8 hours straight. It's always something. It's either my wife wakes me up, it's either I have insomnia and I couldn't sleep, or it's my own fault watching like YouTube manhwas for like hours, because those things can run for freaking hours. I can tell you guys that. I've already done completed quest on this one. Does that mean that I've got filigrees and all that stuff? Let's see. I shouldn't. Oh, I do. That was probably because of the quest just now, or the previous quest. It's okay, I'll grab these. Remind me to do professions though, because I have this tendency to forget. Let me get rid of chat for a second, guys. Summer dies. This is all for the Hero's Feast. Now, Hero's Feast, I don't think there's actually a good reason to use them, but if you're still gonna use portable altars, you know, you might as well use the Hero's Feast, right? It's basically the same thing, or mechanical altars. However, mechanical altars are a different monster completely, because you can get those gone bags, I suppose, which gives you a chance of 1,000 gold, 100 gold, something like this. Is it 1,000 or 100? I think it's 100. So if you're lucky, 10 of those gone bags will give you, what is that, 10,000? If it was 100 each times 10, sorry, it's gonna be 1,000 gold if it is 100 each.
Don't worry.
But obviously,
Be gentle.
it's more of like 1 in 20. No, not even. It's a pretty low chance for you to get like 100 from those gone bags, but it does happen from time to time. Now, I almost forgot to do professions. I don't think I can. Yeah, I have to go to the workshop for this one. Is the music still playing? I feel like it's really, really low. Yeah, it is still playing. I made it 2 hours and on the loop. So, however, if a advert happens, like, are you still listening? Then it'll stop. It'll stop the music. I don't need damn hands. I don't need damn hands. I just need miracle workers. What's this? People are just saying hello. I should do that for a redemption, like Adele, Lionel Richie, Ewan McGregor, rotating, saying hello, hello, hello from the other side. Yesterday, Tiffany, no, sorry, not yesterday, last stream, Tiffany walked in on me while I was on a break, like a bio break, rewatching me karaokeing Billie Eilish's "I Love You" cover, and she went ballistic on the chats like da, 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 da. I have a sinking feeling she thought I was live, um, during that break. She didn't know. She couldn't tell the difference between live and video. I mean, not her fault. I actually made it full screen, so it seemed like I was streaming at the time, wearing glasses. But that video that I played at the time was like 3 years ago, when I could still see. Apparently, I don't have anything else on this tune. I'm pretty sure I've already done her Saw ticket balls. Even if I didn't do it yet, I can still do it like tomorrow, as long as I've got the materials, you know. So if I was trying to be efficient, what I should really be doing is collecting these, right? The voice break. Why would I voice break after I take a drink? Doing these, collecting these flax flowers. Okay, I thought that guy wasn't gonna collect the flower on the other side. Collect these, collect the favors of Sune, and then no need to go to professions, and only doing Sa ticket balls like in one go, like when I'm supposed to be kicking it. However, my motto is do things today, rather than keeping it for tomorrow. I don't know what the actual quote was. Something about rather than keeping work for tomorrow, do it today if you can do it today. Which is kind of funny to me, because if you have that kind of mentality, like in, say, in a workplace, you might end up not leaving the workplace. So if it was like one or two small things, I suppose it's okay to do that. But if it's something that's gonna take you hours upon hours and hours, or even a day to complete, you might as well take a break now and then do it the next day. You're not gonna get it, bro. Now you can. Rude. I mean, okay, so I do that too. When somebody's like there, standing there on the flower, I would pick up the flower, only because they're just standing there. Whether they're AFK or they're farming for the chickens or whatever it is, people tend to stand on the flowers and not do anything. So if I observe them for a while and I see they're not moving, collecting the flowers or whatever, they're just standing there AFK, then yes, I will pick up the flowers, because I would need those flowers too. And you know, you could just continue standing there for eternity if you'd like. Just let me get my flowers first. You know, I have no idea why people stand over there. Oh, it's time for a giveaway. It's not exactly a full hour, I know, because I was kind of slow I was kind of slow to start the stream today. However, Streamlabs had an update, so that's why I was late. You know, before I forget, let me just do the giveaway. So with my you know, increased
SpartanDee's raffle.
Lack of vision, or shall I say reduced vision, from my left eye. Um, Other than the panic, I was fine, to be
Well,
honest.
this sure beats
Like I
crap
can
lab,
still
Chris.
see. It's not as bad. Like it's just there. I noticed that there's like bleeding in my eyes, so I can't really see out of it very well. But if you're talking about the overall kind of like, can I run dungeons? Yeah, I can. I should be able to. Even though my vision is worse, I am still able to run dungeons and tank properly. Just not. It's just a lot worse than yesterday. Speaking about tanking, have you guys heard of this new anime that came out? I think it came out like a week ago, a month ago. I don't remember the full title. It's something about the heavy knight, something something something. It is the trope, the trope of an isekai Japanese worker died and he came back to this other game wing world. But it is very much like Shield Hero because the protagonist is a tank, right? He's he considers himself the strongest class in the game, in the world, because he played the game, and it's more or less the same kind of like mechanic. It reminds me of another kind of like MMO anime. I don't remember what the title is, but he's a tank as well, and he reflects damage according to how much HP he has,
So you
defensive
like
stats
to
he has, which I feel like Neverwinter should have like implemented, which they have the system of returning or reflecting back damage depending on how much HP a tank has or the target has. However, they capped it at like say 500k. It cannot do more than 500k damage for every like say 10 seconds. So that kind of sucks. Although the unyielding bastion returns damage depending on how much HP you have, but no limitation, right? No cap. Like there's like 5 or 10% depending on your HP, but no like 500,000 HP cap. So it actually does a lot more damage, especially if you can like in a black thirst arena where you can get up to like 9 million HP. So it hits for a lot. However, according to devs, what's his name? Rhyme? K something? I forgot his name. He was saying that they're no longer going to release Bloodthirst Arena, which really makes me sad because I actually thought Black Thirst Arena was a good event. Like they're saying Monolith of Madness is going to replace that now. Is replacing the Bloodthirst Arena, Bloodthirst Arena. Where is he? Where's this Brennan? Where's Brennan? Brenton, there we go. As far as I can tell, Monolith of Madness is not that great. But the caveat being, we did it during when it wasn't in preview, and it wasn't like fully implemented yet. So I'm actually gonna wait till comes in live, like 33.5 goes live, and then we'll basically apply all the knowledge. Why would I need to check? I don't have any more alembics. However, did I talk to this chick? Yes, I did. Anything I'm supposed to do before I swap characters? It doesn't seem like that's the case. Let's just go ahead then. So yeah, Monolith of Madness. I don't know what the merit is for running it. For veterans, for newer players, I think there is still a benefit because you can get the gears.
If you just feed them, they'll come right to.
That was weird. This is why I don't like dubstep. Whoop 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 whoop. It's just noise. But I do like lo-fi though. Should I go lo-fi, guys? You know what? Let's just leave it as is. Let's just leave it. Although it to me it sounds like a nail or nails dragging through a chalkboard, you know, or a cat screeching. Yeah, this is why I don't like chiptune either. Chiptune, dubstep. I mean, of course there are. No wait, the other dubstep that I like though.
They'll come right to.
Something hard. Funk. I like funk. I do like funk, but unfortunately, Stream Tunes doesn't have funk. Although I suppose it is under dubstep, so maybe we'll be able. I actually don't know what funk actually means, but that kind of like category, music category. That their songs, whether it is dubstep or not, I don't know. I don't pretend to know anything about music, right? I just sing. But whenever a funk like song or playlist plays, I do enjoy it. It's not like dubstep, which is I don't know. It sounds meaningless. Some dubsteps I don't understand. Others I do. Others I do enjoy. But I enjoy all funk, like categories as it were. Not funk categories, funk music. I do enjoy all the funk ones. Especially the one with 30 Seconds to Mars, I think. Or is it 30 Seconds to Mars? The one that Mega Chat song? I think it is. I don't think I can play it on stream though. I'll probably get strike, music strike, whatever, copyright strike if I did so. So we're not gonna play around with that fire, as it were. Womp womp womp. any miracle workers? Hey, was almost at a point where I can identify which of artisans are miracle workers just by looking at them. I guess Mac the other day he was saying, "Are you not doing flower blossom petals in the professions?" My answer was yes, but probably not in the way that he thought I would, which is to actually craft them using morale, because I am on the fence of invoking on all of your tunes like one by one. So I use the morale instead of going to the workshop to collect my fire blossom petals. I just use 5 morale to collect it all in one go at like where I stand. So having morale behind, if I was being super efficient, I suppose I could be going to the workshop, use all of my morales to craft all of the fire blossom petals, and then subsequently going back to like all throughout my 56 tunes, just collecting it by traveling to the workshop, and then collecting it directly from the box. But what is efficiency, right? Efficiency to me is completing the task with as little time as possible, for the fastest as possible. So if you notice, like after my 9 main or so tunes, I've decided to just craft my Saha ticket balls directly from the workshop page. Like here, I would collect these fire blossom petals like so, and then use my morale to actually craft the Saha ticket balls. Because if I was to go ahead and use the signpost, stumble over to my workshop, go to my workshop, physically go to the collection box, physically go to the counter to craft, all that could have been done within like a minute here, like what I'm doing currently. Rona is a miracle worker. like doing this, right? And the fact that I'm not using the morale as well to kind of like craft leather visors or what have yous, that also saves me time. Now, unfortunately, I forgot whether I've collected the quest for Favor of Sune, so I'm basically wasting time going back to the NPC again just to double check. But I may not have collected it yet, and therefore saving me a Favor of Sune. That, like, there you go. Exhibit A. Case on point. So it wasn't a waste of time. Um, although, what I should be doing is memorizing if I've already collected or not on set tune, like the current tune that I'm using. Now, I just logged in on this tune, so I know I haven't collected the Favor of Sune quest yet. Now all I need to do is remember that I haven't collected yet, and not like basically make a Saha ticket ball and then go to the next one that needs to be done. I have no way. I guess you know, short of maybe a whiteboard or something here, you know, like a tick box, checkbox. Maybe that's an app that I could produce, an app where whether I've done it or not. But anyway, it's kind of difficult because I have to remember to untick it for the next tune. There was this content creator, I don't remember his name, but he's made this some sort of program or website which actually goes into your game files to like tell you whether or not you have this particular, you know, like gear or whatever, I think, or it like imports your character files into the website, and then it checks whether or not you have a particular something. So it's, for me, it's very scary, because not only will this person have your stats or whatever, which is not really the issue, he could have your credit card details, or plant a virus or something. I mean, yes, he may have not done any of that at all. I'm not saying he did. I'm just saying if you are able to import your files from somebody, like from your PC, into and upload it to a website, then a website can definitely download something or upload something into your PC. You know, vice versa. It goes both ways. So that thought is scary to me. Like I use a different one. Like our alliance, we have a member who uses a website where we input what we have. We just key in which alliance we are, which tune, the tune name, what role we play. We do that manually, so basically we can BS our way out of it, I suppose, if we wanted to. I'm a main time, but I could say I'm a DPS, you know what I mean? Which I am as well, to be honest, but you know, besides the point. I could say my role is a DPS, as a tank, just so that I get included into the group. And then, you know, I have this, I have that, I have Celestial this, I have Celestial that. But in fact, I don't. Right? Because it's a fill in the blank kind of thing. It's an option, it's a drop down. It doesn't actually invade into your local files and tell that website whether or not this is what you have or you don't have.
You know, if you just
Because it's like a spreadsheet in a form of a website. So all to say, it is accurate as the player, you know, keys in accurately. The more accurate the data is, right, the input, then the better for the whole group, because then at a glance, it's kind of like the queue system that we have currently with group content. Why is this guy bowing to this Minotaur. Anyway, so all to say, if you're running content in our alliance, at a glance you can say, okay, you use this artifact, you use that mount, you use this ability, you use that companion. Okay, so this guy doesn't have this companion, but you do. So you swap to that companion, and that person who has your companion can swap. You know what I mean? And also with the artifacts and mounts powers as well, of course. So the result is, at a glance, group content can be organized much faster, instead of like asking each individual, oh, this person doesn't have this artifact, do you? Can you swap to that so you can use your artifact? Yada yada yada. We don't really care about the fact that you need this particular artifact in order to become, I don't know, max stats, right? We don't care. The most important thing about group content when you're running it. See, I completely forgot. Did my previous toon already collect the quest? I think yes, right? Oh no, I have no idea. I feel like I have to go back to the previous toon just to check, because I forgot whether I've collected it or not. The favor of Sune one. So this is where my memory is fails me, and this is why I should have written it down, so that I don't waste time going back to a previous toon that has already done the quest, who may or may not have already collected the favor of Sune. So I think that this toon is done. We're just gonna go back. I'm kind of anxious and worried. So it wasn't even this toon, was it? It was the previous toon, then this. But we're gonna go to, yeah, it looks like she's already done it. Or this toon has already done it. What about the previous toon? I don't even know. Maybe it was this one. Whatever. I'll just call it a loss if I forgot, because I don't even remember which toon it was. This is the problem. Oh, I'm kind of like Cap. So if Fear was here, this is what I mean by you know, I have a lot of these not celestial bags, sorry, invocation bags. So what happens when I have a full bag like this? I will just open one and then open 10. That it frees up more space for me in order to get more invocation bags, if that makes sense. It's not really so much as I want the drops from the invocation. I just need the space. I do seem to have a lot of these discount vouchers, as it were. Did I do a giveaway? Yes, I did. I just saw the emoji. What is this? 25% of any professions. No, thank you. I mean, I could just leave this for an hour and then it'll probably like disappear on its own. But I kind of want to sort my inventory at the moment. Mount again. I mean, there are limit time. 30% off any mount. There is a Zen purchase thing right now, right? Not this one. Not the mythic insignia. I'm talking about some sort of pack. Not this Shantaeus. Some sort of event thing. Fire Blossom Zealots. If you buy these, you'll be able to collect these on all of your toons, right? This is actually quite a good one. Although there was another companion that did the same. However, they didn't work. It didn't work. Like, it's telling me to upgrade my zealot over what's the name? Something like Triant or or that, or almost. Somehow I knew it was coming. I had a feeling. Hi, Fear. How are you doing, sir? We're back at it again, unfortunately. I know you didn't ask. Probably don't care either. But just to let you know, I didn't stream yesterday because I was in the hospital. I had to go to the hospital yesterday for my eye bleed. Too long didn't read. After my stream on Monday, I popped a vein or something inside my eye. I'm not sure. It burst. Okay, that's over dramatic. My the internally bled because I have an issue with my eye, as you know, and yeah, it was I didn't even do anything. It was right after the stream, right after 2 o'clock is when I ate. So I sat myself down in front of the PC, started watching anime, and then suddenly I lost like vision in my left eye. Or not say I didn't lose vision per se. It started to be less. It's not like a gradual loss of vision. Let's just say there were things blocking my view. And I was rubbing my eye and I was like, it's still there. So I was like, what's going on? This was Monday. So yesterday, Tuesday, I went into the hospital the whole day because the freaking system sucks. I was there from before 7 all the way till like 12. And then went back again to get my meds. But anyway, besides the point, I didn't know what was going on, so I asked the doctor, like, can you please tell me what's going on, because I can't really see out of my left eye. There's like something there. So if you didn't know,
Fear to Beard 13. Sounds painful. My cousin's wife has a condition similar to that. The vessels in her eyes pop on occasion. She is legally blind, same as you.
Yeah, well, unfortunately I'm not legally blind. Because, well, in the US standards anyway, because you need to be 10% vision, I think, officially. Like, the official law states that you need to at least be a 10% vision in order to be lawfully blind, or legally blind, sorry. So I'm not quite there yet, but I'm getting there, especially now. It wasn't painful, or maybe I just don't have a sense of pain anymore in my eye, who knows. But it's not painful. I just can't see out of it. So if you didn't know, I have implants in both of my eyes. Now when I say implants, it's not like my synthetic lens that I have currently in my right eye. These implants are basically slow releasing drugs in a liquid form or gel form that are inside my eyes. Think of it like a bar soap, I suppose, or toothpaste or something. Jello inside my eyes, which slowly releases steroids, right? So that's currently in my eye, even before this happened. So when I started, so if I was to describe what it is, it's like cobwebs in front of my lenses. It's like trail, like it's like a trail of roots that are spreading across my lens, right? And I can tell slightly that it was in a reddish color, but mostly it's like black. So I assumed it was my implants, the steroids. But it may have burst, I thought, because it's just this like root, like this path, this like crisscrossing of things that are blocking my sight. So I went to the hospital yesterday to get it checked. Like, what's going on? Is it my implants bursting? Is it a blood vessel? So it took them 30 minutes, having went into like 4 different rooms, trying to diagnose what's wrong with my eye. And at the end of it, after 30 minutes of diagnosing, the doctor finally told me what was up. Is basically there's 2 things that happened. Because of my current existing condition, where there's like issues with the lining of my inner eye, at the back of my inner eye, Um, one, and two, it started to bleed, right? For whatever reason. I asked the doctor, like, why did it happen in the first place? Because of your existing condition, one, and two, it can happen at any time. Like, when it happened, like I said, I was just sitting down having my lunch after the stream and eating. So it slowly, like, kind of like bled and started to kind of like cover my vision. So I was like, whoa, what's going what's going on right now? I was telling my wife, like, okay, let's see how it goes tomorrow, which is today, which is yesterday. If it's still there, and let's go to the hospital. And she was like, no, just go to the hospital regardless if it's gone or not, because that's just a sign of something, right? So we went, spent the whole, like, well, I guess half a day over there at the hospital, just waiting, literally 5-6 hours just waiting. And when I finally did see the doctor, it was just like 30 minutes. Well, I mean, 30 minutes is quite a long time, especially since they're trying to figure out what was wrong with me. They put a gel over my eyelids, and then they stuck this, like, I think my wife said it was
Fear to Beard
sonar?
13.
Sonic?
Hopefully things improve before your vacation.
They say we're gonna monitor this for the next month, so no. I don't think it will. In fact, she was worried that because another issue of my eyes is the pressure. It was so high, the pressure in my eyes before I started to get blind. The pressure in my eyes was really, like, high, that I felt and painful, that I thought that my eyes were literally gonna pop out of my eye sockets. So that's the start of my kind of like blindness, as it were. It was like the first indication. But I don't have that pressure anymore. However, now because of this, well, you know, my blood vessels or whatever veins burst in my eye. My wife was like, "Can you travel?" Because if you go on the planes, right, there's like gonna be cabin pressure, and you know that might cause it to be worse. But I told her, like, I reassured her, like, being in a cabin, like, during a flight, I don't think that's gonna be high enough for me to just like burst another vein or something. And she's like, "Are you sure?" Well, I'm pretty sure. I mean, if it's bursted already, right? There's not gonna be any pressure. The worst thing that's gonna happen then is like blood is just gonna pour out even more, because the pressure is gonna push the blood out of the veins into my eye even more. And if that were to happen, for sure, for sure, I would know that something is wrong. But anyway, the doctor just basically said, monitor for another month. Sorry, I'm having to go back because I don't remember if I already did my thing.
Fear to Beard 13. Oof, I was just thinking about the flying thing as well. Oh, you know, maybe just some bloody eyes, nothing major, lol.
I mean, it's messed up already, you know. What's another, like, blood-filled eyeball? I suppose the worst thing that could happen is it explodes. Ugh. Ugh. Imagine if your eye ball explodes in your eye sockets. Jeebus. Like, I'd probably have to, like, install a new eye or something, a bionic eye, or have to start wearing a eye patch for the rest of my life. You know, something like this. I swear, if I close my left eye, I can see better. If I did this, I can see much better than without it, because of the blood clots and whatever it is that's not blood clot, the blood that's basically inside my eyeball.
Fear
right
to
now.
Beard 13. We don't need Pirate King Spartan, please keep both eyes, lol.
I would love to keep both eyes, but they have other ideas, you know. And I've mentioned this before. I might need to start learning how to do Braille or something, or you know, using a walking cane, as it were, for the blind people, just so just so that I can acclimate to it before I turn blind or something. Because that seems to be where I'm heading towards right now. And there's nothing I can do about it. The damage has already been done. Even if I was to lower my sugar level to like normal, right, which I already have, it's not gonna change anything. I'd either need an eye replacement or a bionic eye or an AI whatever. I don't know. I think they've managed to make a like you know that guy in Star Trek with the thing. I can't remember his name. Is the black dude in like? Is that Star Trek Voyager? The one with Luke Picard, whatever, Captain Picard. Anyway, so that guy. That's like the future. Like he's blind, right? He's blind, but he can see through this device that he puts in front of his eyes, this visor, as it were. They actually made one for color blinded people.
Feared a Beard 13. I'm actually surprised knowing you that you don't already know Braille.
Because I can still read. You know, albeit I'd have to use either a phone or a magnifying glass, or I have to zoom in. Like if I was to like say this right on my phone, I double tap it, and it zooms in, right, like that. I can zoom in. That's the only way I can read. But yeah, I have to use a disability app or program in order to like magnify or program on the PC so I can read. Apparently, not that I've tried. Apparently, on your currencies, like even in the US, right? You guys have a braille at the corner of it somewhere. Like we have that too, apparently. But the problem with ours is that somebody messed up, and basically a $10 note is the same as a $100 note in terms of braille. They use the same number in braille at the corner of the notes for all of the notes. So you could actually confuse yourself as a blind person between a $10 and a $100 note. But the fortunate thing is, I think a $100 note is bigger. So even if it says like 10 bucks on it in braille, just judging it by the size, you can tell that it's a $100 note. So I suppose it's a minor issue, but yeah, it's a minor issue if you're not blind. You know what I mean? Who got that wrong? Like I swear, my country just needs like some sort of guidance. Like seriously, guys, how can you get that wrong? But anyway. I feel like I've already done the Saha ticket on this guy, but I don't remember if I've got the Favor Sune's quest, so I'm going back again. I'm probably wasting my time doubling up doing these. Even before streaming, guys, I was actually streaming on Discord of me doing this, because I was like, this is boring AF, right? People didn't come to my stream on Monday to watch me do this either. I noticed, like, I went to the analytics. There was only 2 people, you and Tiffany, that came to my stream throughout the whole stream. And I understand why. I wouldn't want to watch this. If I see somebody was doing this on stream, I'd be like, get out of this. I've already am doing it currently on 56 tunes or so. I don't need another person to do another whatever X amount of tunes as well. Like nobody does this. I don't understand why nobody does this. Like the Saha ticket balls. When I explain this to my alliance members, they're like, "You don't love yourself, do you?" Well, I mean, I am a masochist. Is there like a? Oh, somebody's already here. Is there like a license to tell people that I am a masochist? Unless it's like I make it myself, like I'm self-proclaimed masochist. There's not a test for this, right? Apparently there's a test for if you are like crazy or not. I wouldn't know. I don't think we have that here. Because the thing is, you can fake stuff like that. You can tell people that you have suicidal tendencies or something, and then try to get benefits from that, getting attention or whatever, getting people's sympathy. Whatever. Sorry. I shouldn't. Mental health is a real thing. Yes, I agree. But people can still fake it, is what I'm trying to say. For example, and I get this all the time. People don't believe that I'm blind. There's no license that I can show to you that I am actually blind. All I can say is trust me when I say the doctors told me I have 20% or maybe even less now vision in my eyes.
If you just feed them.
So yeah. But here's the thing. Same, and in fact, the reason I'm streaming.
Fear to Beard 13. Are you sure, Kappa?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I haven't bumped into poles or anything, or into a wall, or have to go like this, try to find something yet. But I'm getting there. I think. I'm just thinking, if I was totally blind, is there any reason for me left to live then? Well, I suppose I can still live until it's time. Not to say I'm having suicidal tendencies or anything. I'm not dramatic. No, I like to look at beautiful things, right? Like a scenery, faces, art. If I was totally blind moving forward, I wouldn't be able to enjoy these things. The only thing I could do is remember what a cat looks like. Remember what, like Van Gogh's, what do you call that? A Starry Night looks like. Like who's his face? Picasso's, or even Glimpse, The Kiss looks like. Or I'm not deaf, so I guess I could still enjoy manhwas, animes, just by audiobooks and music, for example. Maybe even like blind assisted movies. You know what I mean? Not that I've watched any before. Apparently, anime is that you will like. It will be kind of like the manhwa. They will explain what's happening. I haven't tried watching anime with my eyes closed before, so I couldn't really appreciate it that way. But definitely manhwa. Yeah, manhwas. You can still you can enjoy manhwas just by listening. Audiobooks as well. I mean, the positive for
Fear
me.
to Beard 13. Question: do you have the new mammoth mount?
No. Because I'm still trying to get the deathly. Sorry, I'm still trying to get the Gravehound, which is the most or the best single target damaging mod power in the game at the moment. Even in mod 33.5, we don't know what we're gonna get at mod 34. That might replace it, but since I don't have one yet, that's what I'm super focused on getting. All of my keys that I have right now, from now till I get the Gravehound, is all focused on getting the Gravehound. Now, once I get the Gravehound, the next one I'll be getting is Ollie the Octopi, because that, I think, is still better
Fear to Beard
than
13.
the Snow Tusk.
Okay, yes, luckily I pulled a Gravehound from a few keys.
There you go. So, like with my series of which lockbox to open, you just open the lockbox which is meant for your build. So in this case, my best single target attack is a tunnel vision, a golden touch, or a tongue lash, because they all share the same magnitude power. But if I had a Sir Grubshank, no, not a Sir Grubshank, the Grubshank was supposedly the best single target, most damaging. However, it has a dot, right? So it's not instant. It's not a burst damage. It is over time. But yes, it is like in terms of total magnitude damage, it was the high. It's still higher than say all these three. However, if we're talking about burst damage, then yes, Gravehound. So once I get the Gravehound, I'll
Beard
get
of
the
Beard
Ollie,
13.
then I'll get the Snow Tusk.
I was just curious because I wasn't sure if either mount was any good. Next one is Octopus for me. I want the
Yeah.
Mystic Aura since I don't have a chicken.
The chicken one is Avian Aura, sir. Mystic one you can get from something else. But yes, if you don't have a Mystic, you might as well get the Ollie anyway. I do believe Mystic comes from something else as well. I just don't remember what. I don't think I have the mount here on this tune. Let me check it real quick for you. No, I don't have it on this one. Definitely on my main. I can tell you what gives you a Mystic one. But yeah, if you don't have an Ollie, you might as well get an Ollie because you don't have a Mystic. Plus, it is one of the best, if not the best, debuff mount power currently. I wouldn't know. I don't have one yet. So here's the deal. Before Snow Tusk and Ollie, Twin Pale Alder, or is it Twin Alder Pale mount? However, which way it goes, I don't remember the order. Is one of the best debuff mounts, right? It probably still is. Depending on situation, or if somebody already has an Ollie or a Snow Tusk, but couple that with these three, right? Coupled with those two, a Twin Pale Alder mount, Snow Tusk, and Ollie together in group content. Mwah. One of the best even, and the rest can just use a Gravehound, you know, or Tunnel Vision, or Golden Touch, or Tongue Lash, whatever it is that they have. And plus, and you know, this is all very new to me because I'm not a DPS main, but I'm starting to, you know, encroach into it because my tank right now is probably at its peak, almost at its peak. The only thing that I'm missing right now for my tank is the Caldera set, which I can get now, but all the gear is probably next week after reset. And then what else is missing? Oh, of course, the Celestial, whatever, Mythic mounts from MJS, AJS, whatever, MSOTs. But I can get that.
Beard of Beard
You know,
13.
I can run MJS.
Maybe I can pull a red dragon from the event boxes. I don't feel like paying for one.
No, no, yes, no. Here's my thought. Open your Shantae bounties now. Because no, not now. Like I suppose you could open it during the last week of the event. Although I don't think they drop Flower Blossom petals. Now that I think about it, hear me out. If Shantae's is anything like Orioles, the Oriole Winter Festival thingamajigs, then whatever you open now this year carries forward to next year. Meaning to say you will hit the 150 eventually, right? Because it carries forward. The Shantaeas, the Aurils, you just open what you have right now, which is like, what is it, 21 days, 21 Shantaeas. If you didn't miss it every day. I don't think I missed mine. Yes, I was in the hospital yesterday, but I still managed to play on my main after reset yesterday, so I was lucky. I didn't get the Saha ticket balls on all of my tunes, but I did get it on my main. I did get the Favor of Sune on my main, and I did get the Shantaeas on my main, so that's the most important thing, I suppose. I mean, I didn't think I was going to go to the hospital yesterday. I didn't think I was going to bleed in my eye yesterday, so, you know, life happens, as it were. A minor setback. One day. What is one day? One day basically means 50 Saha ticket balls to me. So whatever. C'est la vie. Yeah, so Shantae's bounty, open it this year and open it next year. Open it the year after, you know, just to try and get it to 150. I mean, obviously 20, not 100. 20 times 150. What is that, guys? 13? Do we have to do this 13 years to get 150? No. 5 and
Fear to
3.
Beard 13. Will the game even be alive in 3 years LUL?
Who knows? I mean, like I said, there's only 3 things that's gonna stop me from playing Neverwinter. One, the game ceases to exist, like the servers are down, whatever. I suppose Neverwinter Classic, like the private servers are still open, so I guess I could probably migrate to that if I was like really, I need to play Neverwinter, you know what I mean? But I guess at that point I'll probably be doing 2, play another new game, which I'm considering it. I'm actually considering playing something else. Not because I got bored with Neverwinter, not because I don't have anything else to do in Neverwinter, but because of my PC. My PC is much better now. It's got a better graphics card, and wait till I get my 5080, then any game is open to me. So when I get my 5080, I'm actually thinking of playing this thing called Cinder City, which is an FPS MMO. They're not calling it an MMORPG, although even though it is an MMORPG, because it's like, what's that game? Fallout? No. Destiny? Something like Destiny. There's this looter shooter game, very famous. I played it as well, actually. I got both games, I think. The Division 1 and 2. I just didn't play it because my PC can't handle it anymore. But now that I've got a better graphics card and I suppose better memory, SSD, NVMe, SSD, I can play that game. I was able to play it in my previous PC, but now that I've got a better graphics card, it should be better. In fact, I could probably be playing Red Dead Online now on my PC. I used to play it on my laptop because my laptop had 2 gigs of VRAM. Speaking of which, how many VRAMs do I have on my PC? You know what? I'm kind of curious. I don't know. Let me check. I'm pretty sure there's a way, right? Command line. DX diagnostic. Uh-oh. I think I wasn't supposed to do that.
Fear to Beard 13. I enjoyed the Division games for a while, was talking with a buddy about the game, and I was told a part 3 is in the works, so I'll be playing that.
Ooh. Well, I don't know how you feel about bringing along a blind guy. Imagine, Spartan, shoot that way. Where? This way? Nah, I'm not that bad. Apparently, my VRAM is 6 gigs. Wow. 6002 megabits. I basically have 6 gigs of VRAM. Wow. I've never had this much power before. So if I've got 6 gigs of VRAM, why does my
Fear to Beard
so
13.
ugly?
Spartan the team killer LUL.
Exactly. Wait, you can get team kill? Oh, I mean, isn't there like an option for to switch off friendly fire? I mean, is that a character? No. That's the thing, you see. I want to play Cinder City, and apparently you need 32 gigs of RAM. Not VRAM, RAM. That is the recommended. I mean, it's not it hasn't been tweaked yet. That was the recommended by the developers of Cinder City. Basically, you have 4 slots, right? And you have, each of them has to have, well, you can get 16 gigs of RAMs, right? So if you can get 16 gigs of RAM, you just need 2 slots. I don't believe there's anything. I don't believe there's.
Fear to Beard 13.
Slotted.
I don't believe it has friendly fire, no, but would be funny because that game has a lot of gadgets and weapons that can definitely do that.
32 gigs. So if you had 4 slots, yeah, 8 gigs each for the 4 slots. The thing is, RAMs right now is really expensive. Although the RAM manufacturers have been sued for misconduct, I suppose, for trying to increase the prices of RAM um, voluntarily, like on purpose, so that people will pay for more than what we used to. So you will start to see RAM prices reducing going forward. Unfortunately, the damage has already been done, so the current stock of RAMs are of a higher price because that's what the seller, the shops have paid. Once that stock has been exhausted, then they will probably kind of like try to sell it at the original price. So what I could do is just buy
Beard 13. Say it isn't so another huge company ripping off the consumers. What, I'm shocked.
Oh, shocker, right? I mean, you might as well make your own, right? But yeah, I mean, though I heard of a company in China, they've basically made super cheap RAMs with materials, and is still much better than the current RAMs in the market. But I basically take that information with a pinch of salt, because all of the BS that comes out of China, you know what I mean? China not number one. China a-hole. Sorry you guys in China. I love you guys. You guys make the best stuff. Most things are produced in China anyway, but you know, sometimes you can't trust anything at face value. Especially when it comes out from China, because you hear all these things like bread made out of like sawdust, you know, cheese is not cheese, cabbage is not cabbage, you know, it's like
Beard
plastic
13.
paint.
Kinda like blowing smoke up the own bum.
Kind of, but not to say it's all bad, not to say it's all fake. It's just highly likely that it's fake if it's coming out of China. That's why I like things produced in Germany, manufactured in Japan, manufactured in the US, because there's a less likelihood of it being fake or not what it's said written on the label, you know, on the tin, because there's regulations. There aren't any in China. They're just like produce
Beard
it
13.
and then rebrand it.
Sawdust bread sounds delicious.
No, I mean they used to do that in the what you call that, during the war, right? The baby boom before that, like after World War II. Not just bread, cheese as well, apparently. And get this, chocolate is not chocolate
Beard
anymore.
13. I believe so, the Great Depression
Yeah,
era.
that's the one. That's the one. And chocolate is not chocolate. It's all chemically produced in a lab. Like your cacao. It's not real. It's basically chemically produced to taste like chocolate and act like chocolate. But it's not real chocolate. It didn't come out from a cacao bean at all. So it's like every time even when I want to buy dark chocolate. So if you haven't heard, Meiji, which is one of the greatest like chocolate manufacturers in Japan, has signed a 10-year contract with a lab to produce cacao or fake cacao. One of the largest chocolate manufacturer, which makes me think, what about Lindt? What about Ferrero Rocher? What about Mars? What about Snickers? You know, do they have already signed up for this fake chocolate thing? Have I been eating chemically produced chocolate all this time? It makes me sad. And nowadays, food is not food anymore. I get it though. I understand. Meiji did that because the supply of cacao from wherever, Brazil or whatever, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't actually remember where it was from, Spain or Mexico or these kind of countries, cannot meet the high demand of Earth, our planet. Like, people just want their chocolate, so they can no longer supply enough cacao from this one particular country in order to produce that enough chocolate for everybody. So they had to sign this contract with this to chemically produce it and continue to sell chocolate. But the benefits of chocolate is gone now,
Fear
for
to Beard
health,
13.
for whatever.
Yes, it sucks. The quality of everything has gone down.
Yeah. Even real food. Get this. Like the cabbages that you eat now is not the cabbages that you eat 10 years ago, because the quality of the soil now is reduced, right? The minerals and whatever that's used by the vegetable to grow is depleted, because I feel like you can probably give fertilizer, you can nitrates and whatever. However, not everybody does it, right? Not all companies or farmers would use like non-pesticides that fertilize, that pump in nitrogen into their soil, that would put in whatever it is that a soil needs to be nutrient rich in order to produce the same kind of like quality as 10 years ago or even years before that. And of course we have hydroponics now, right? Because there's not enough space, there's not enough farms to go around. They have to go through like vertically instead of horizontally. You have to use ultraviolet lights now instead of the sun or orange light, whatever light that they're using to make them grow. That's not the same. And they're doing it for like 24 hours, 7 days a week. Can you imagine that? It's basically what happened to our chickens as well. Our chickens can't tell between daylight and nighttime because they have the artificial light on all the time. And that's why when you sleep as a human being, you should have every single light switched off.
Fear to Beard 13. When are you starting your greenhouse to supply America with veggies again, LUL?
Well, I think this is what I told my government, as it were, when they told me that I need to open a branch for my bakery in China. No, sorry, when they told me to go to China to sell my baked goods, I was like, why would I make say bread here in Brunei, travel to China in say 12 hours, and then it getting stale by the time it arrives? If that was the case, I would open a branch in China, bake it fresh at location, and then sell it at location. Like, what
Fear to Beard
what are you
13.
guys thinking?
That sounds really dumb.
It is. I was like, what the? Why would I? Whatever. Okay. Silly people. This is why we can't progress. There is no progress. We're progressing, but backwards. But anyway, whatever. More power to them if they want to do something like that. Shipping externally baked goods. Sorry, I thought I saw something. It was actually just my eye. Like something was like moving in my eye. Not moving. So this is the thing. The blood that's in my eye, it follows wherever I look. If you can imagine something like a lava lamp, right? That's not really a good description. A lava lamp, it moves up and down because of the current that's inside, right? Heat, whatever, current, right? Cold temperature goes down, higher temperatures goes up, and then there's like a vortex, as it were, circulation inside a lava lamp. That's basically what's happening in my eye right now. If I look to the right, the blood trail follows where I look. So I thought there was a fly or something that flew past. It was just a blood clot in my eyeballs that I was looking at. Anyway, it is time for a giveaway. Guys, if you'd like to join,
Fear to Beard
have an
13.
explanation.
That guy has the cool shield that's really expensive now.
Which guy? I would like to inspect him, sir.
SpartanDee's.
It's time for a giveaway.
Sraffle.
What, this? Oh yeah, it is. It is. But the thing is, you can get it from the legacy armor thing or weapon set, right? You know, this is so funny. There was like an abundance
Fear
of
the
these
Beard
things back
13.
in the day, right?
Your shield, yes.
There were abundance, a lot of these. People were just like throwing these out because there's like so much of these. And now when you can't get it, these things cost so much, especially the original ones. There has been fakes, as it were. Eh. Oh, I was already zoomed out. I believe there are. Which ones were those?
Fear the Beard 13. Yeah, I had all the sets and now we haven't been able to get them for years.
No, but there are like you can get them. You can get them from somewhere now. I don't remember which campaign though. That's basically the reskin. So you can have the same look. Well, almost the same look. I think it was like the tavern thing. Mad Mage.
Fear the
campaign?
Beard 13.
What's the Mad Mage?
It's
campaign?
Kaledagon, I believe.
Keltagon? Maybe as well. Wait, if it's a Keltagon, we can see it here. Not North Arc. What is it called? Shelt? No, this is too far, I think. Oh, no, these are the original. Turner Dragon. Keltagon is not Descent. Dragon Veil. There we go. Yeah. It looks the same. It's not the same, as you can see. There's like a blue hue. So you can get these. They look the same, but I think the original one, this one, is very expensive. You're right. Which is kind of funny. Same with Batiri, right? Batiris, they were like, I was selling Batiris. What's it called? Dragon Bone. I bet you there's people still selling it though. Oh, that's not how you spell bone. Blue icon, there we go. Yeah, 3 million. This is not too bad, considering. Ha, says the guy who can make 2 million each day. I don't know, man. I feel like I'm at a point where I need for nothing. In terms of buying it from AD. Zen? Sure. There are always like VIP, for example. There are, I don't know, packs like the Shantaeas. Do I really want anything from the Shantaea's bounty? No. But would I like to collect the things that are in there? Yes. Is it gonna improve my gameplay? No. Is it gonna make me a happy man? Yes. So it's like the balance of things. Although it's not gonna make me buy it using real life cash. I've already explained this to my alliance. Yes, I may have all, and yes, I can buy I can buy the Shantaeas from the auction house for like 55 million each, whatever. But I'm not about to. Like it doesn't. I feel like I'd rather save my AD right now so that whenever my Zen goes through, I'll be able to post it immediately. So I don't have to wait too long. I mean, although nine months is probably long. I don't know, man. You know, when you're at this age, waiting, just simply the act of waiting, it will happen whether you like it or not. You know. Of course, if it would be better if it was much faster, but you know, time. That's kind of why I feel like I want to play something else. So because if there's not much anything that I can do in the game, then I might as well.
Fear the Beard 13. Well, at least you will have Zen for Black Friday sales, so that's what matters.
If it goes through in time, I don't know if it will. Even say if I posted it in January this year. Yeah, it'll be out in September, but I don't remember posting it in January. I think I posted it in March or April, like the oldest one. Not sure, don't remember, don't really care, because if there's really something that I'm like, I must have this, you know, not because of FOMO, Well, I guess it is FOMO. I mean, I could put down $100 for a purchase, a Zen sale. I probably buy Zen during a Zen sale, like 20% discount or something, or an increase. They usually have discount plus an increase of Zen that they give you. Like instead of 1,000, you get 1,100, something like this, right? That's probably the only time I would actually spend real life cash to burn. If I had cash to burn, then yes. If I owed somebody like money, then no. I say that, but if it's FOMO, if I got hit by FOMO, I probably would spend. I'd probably say something like, okay, no groceries this month. no movies this month, because I'm gonna spend it on $100 in Neverwinter, which I have done before, I think. Well, $4,000 later, you know. But yeah, I mean, moving forward, as much as possible, I would like to just use the Zen exchange instead of real life cash, because I feel like the real life cash could be used for something else much better. If I was being honest. But you never know. You never know. I could just simply fold and just spend the money. Especially if once I get more disposable income in the future, I think I would spend into the game even more. Huh? What a shocker! Spending into the game even more. Do you remember? I've had the idea of actually pumping in $100 every month into the Zen exchange. Like whenever I get my income, right, I would actually set aside $100 to buying AD from Zen exchange. That was my idea. Can you imagine that? Like, I'm posting AD to trade it into Zen for people like me who would have actually spent real life cash to buying AD through Zen exchange. Like selling your Zen to make AD. For years. So, oh, I don't know. I feel like the smartest thing to do then is to just keep your Zen, right? What's the whole point of you exchanging your Zen to AD and vice versa? Again and again. You might as well just keep your Zen and then buy whatever it is that you need from the shop whenever it pops up. Shantaeas, whatever, you know, what have you. It doesn't seem like I have a miracle worker here. Rona is usually at the top. The first one.
Fear the Beard 13.
There you go.
The Hormone Gundar comp any good?
The Hormone Gun. What? What, are you deaf now? Hold on, let me check chats. Hormone Gunner. Okay, yes and no. Yes, if you have other people using it. No, if you don't need power. No, I don't have a Warman Gunner here. Let me grab one. Excuse me. Oh, you know what? I don't even need to grab one. I can just right click on this. So the thing is with Warman Gunner is his ability, right? The bite. Oh, I can't see it. Fine. You forced my hand, sir. Right, so the thing with Warman Gunner, man, worm. Is it even a worm? He's not a freaking worm though, right? He's a snake. So anyway, whatever. So, Warman Gunner, this one is Devourer, makes it bigger, gives you more power.
Fear the Beard 13.
Max stacks.
He is a huge snake, yes lol.
But the thing is, he becomes small again, like really fast. The incoming damage is a good thing. It stacks up to 5, right? So what is that? 2.5 more incoming damage. Like, I want to say a 100% uptime. But he becomes small again. So there's like a window where he becomes small. However, it's because of his DPS. He only attacks every whatever seconds, right? X amount of seconds. Now, if you have 2 or 3 Wormengunders in a party or group content, then it becomes more viable. However, in group content, usually you'd already have maxed out like 120% of your power. You don't need more power. So it becomes less
Beard o' Beard
reason to
13.
run him. You might as well do
He is a
something else.
grower, not a shower. Might be able to relate. LUL.
So yeah, I mean, if nothing else, then yeah, sure, run Wormengunder. But is he essential? Debatable. I mean, I guess he would be a good replacement for. I don't know actually. What gives you power in group content? I was thinking Minsk, but Minsk has other abilities that makes him like Dritz gives you percentage damage, not power. I mean, not just power if he does give power. There's there. God, if we're gonna talk about like say debuffing and buffing, we're gonna be on the stream for hours and days. But like I said, I'm investigating now certain kind of like traits, as it were, when it
Beard
comes
o' Beard
to group
13.
content.
I don't have the battle pass and people are selling it for cheap, so thought of buying one for the bolster on alts and collection.
No, I don't think there's it's a bad thing to get a account wide, especially if you have multiple accounts. Sorry, not multiple accounts, multiple toons. Big difference. Multiple account, even if you had multiple accounts, right, which you shouldn't. You can get up to 2 accounts, but it's not account to account, if that makes sense. When you get a Wormengunder, you can only claim it on 1 account. So if you have multiple accounts, you're gonna have to buy each of your accounts a Wormengunder, which I feel like doesn't make sense. I suppose if it does, if you have multiple accounts plus a lot of AD. I'm actually considering getting a second account because you're allowed to, and then make another 50 plus tunes on that account, starting from scratch. You know what I mean? So the Zen, whatever, is from Zen Exchange. The items are from account wide. You know what I mean? Getting your insignia celestial essences so that you can unlock it. Basically, collecting all of the powders, because the game now gives you systems where you can get these things for free. Like insignia powders, for example, they're releasing that new coffer of celestials, coffer of celestial insignias. For example, it's not much, but every 3 days you can get a 50 insignias. That's not too bad compared to the system now, where if you were to run, say, Demon Web Pits, or is it Demon Web Pits? One of those. There's a couple. I think Biting Cold campaign is one of them. You can actually craft insignia powders using the currency from Biting Cold, but you can only do it once a week, and it uses Regate tokens, which is the weekly things, right? So if you're still, oh, in fact, I'm on a 14-hour cooldown. My tempered rhyme keys I can't buy yet because I'm on a cooldown, but I've definitely got enough of the currencies to buy 3 this week. I have been ignoring, or I have been lax on running. I haven't even done the weekly yet for Biting Cold campaign because I've already maxed it out anyway. Any subsequent runs now is basically just to get the tempered rhyme keys. But you don't need Regate tokens. Oh, yeah, actually, you do need Regate tokens for rhyme keys. No. Rhyme keys are from Regate boars, which you can just get infinitely by running, the dailies, whatever quests in Calderfist. However, the Regate tokens you can only get 100 a week. It's not too hard. Encroaching Frost happens all the time if you stay there long enough, and most of the weeklies, dailies, that requires you to do Encroaching Frost. So you just do one encroaching frost. You probably have already capped your weeklies, to be honest. Well, yeah. While you're doing your encroaching frost, you're trying to make, you know, fill it up using by doing BHEs, right? Which is already one weekly done by that time, because you're doing a lot of major or big heroic encounters while you're doing your encroaching frost trains, whatever. So I suppose I don't have an excuse not to do encroaching frost right now. It's just that I want to get this done first, as in getting all of my 56 tunes or whatever tunes, their Saha ticket balls, and then after which I could concentrate on doing the rest, which is the weeklies, the dailies, what have you, farming for demon wet pits, lair of mad dragons. Again, like I said, I could get a caldera artifact.
Feared of Beard
already.
13. Yeah, I did the frost thing Sunday. I was lost. Luckily, I just followed the group. LOL.
Exactly. It's just follow the group. I don't know, beg. Let me in a train. Let me, or do one yourself. You know, I would actually do a train myself. But whenever I say in chat, there's gonna be a train at, say, instance 1, and then somebody else says there's a train at instance 2, who do you think they're gonna go to?
Anyone be like taking on some
I'll give you a hint. They'll go to the other one. I don't know what it is. It's so funny. Like, okay, plus EF/train, please. Nothing. 5 minutes later, plus for train, please. Nothing. Okay, fine, guys. I'll make a train at 1. There's a train at 4. It's like, what the fuck? Like, where were you 10 minutes ago when I was looking for a train? Whatever. That's why I've been trying to, like, do gamers profile, like, make advertisements. If you guys want to play Neverwinter with me on the PC,
Feared of
let me
Beard
know.
13. So dumb when people do that. You figure brains would work a little and everyone gather for the train in the same instance, but no. LOL.
Yeah, but the thing is, right, I have a sinking feeling a lot of people have blocked me in this game because nobody saw that, probably. I have a sinking feeling. Either they're ignoring me on purpose, or they've already blocked me prior. So, I mean, that I would think I'm in most people's block list at this point for, I don't know, sucking as a tank. Like, apparently everybody's supposed to be born with the knowledge on how to tank a new dungeon or their strats without being told. Yeah, I think it was on stream, I don't remember. I got invited into a master, a demon weapon. It's not even a master. It was an advanced, I believe. And it was only my second run. Right? It was only my second run ever in a demon wet pits. We managed to get to the final boss. I don't know how I managed to survive it before. I suppose it's because people decided to, like, take the red line, whatever, the green line. Obviously, I'm not supposed to take the green line, but
Feared of Beard
if the
13.
healer doesn't, I will.
Maybe, or just don't read chat. When I play Final Fantasy XIV, so many players don't read chat or use filters to clean up the chat and miss important messages.
They don't, because they use symbols. You know, circle, taunt this. X, do not attack this mob. You know, they use symbols for their targets. Kind of like a mark, which doesn't do any kind of damage, but without speaking or using VoIP, right, or putting in the chats, people know what to do. As soon as, but you see what I mean? They need to get somebody to do that. And even if a system like that exists in Neverwinter, nobody would bother to do it. What we do is using chat, right? RT, or cleanse, or take the poison from me. But like using a quick, whatever, press of a key, macros, whatever, command lines.
Feared of Beard 13. Yes, LOL.
Because we don't have that system. But that's the thing. Even those people who are like doing RTs, sometimes you gotta say, so who's calling RTs? Because nobody wants to. They don't wanna They don't want to get blamed for using arties at the wrong time. It's always like somebody who actually knows how to use the arties, but they don't want to call the arty calls, right? And people just follow him. Like usually the unofficial designated arty caller is the person who's using a Demogorgon. That is, for me, that is the unofficial
Feared of
official
Beard 13.
arty caller.
Very true.
Because once the Demogorgon flies, you have that kind of like, oh, okay, I see a Demogorgon being flapping around, and when that registers, when we use our artifacts and mount powers, it's already the perfect time to use an artifact and mount power. You see, and your owlbear, etc. Because by that time it'd probably be the fourth or fifth tentacle, as it were. So if you see somebody using a Demogorgon, you already know they know when they're supposed to use. Like, they're supposed to use it much earlier than everybody else. So the delay between him using it and when
Feared of
you're
Beard
using
13.
it is the perfect time.
I don't think people realize demo takes a bit to ramp up as well before using burst.
I do now because I run 30-second Master Demon Web Pits runs. Like, we never met each other before. Like the video on my YouTube, I was basically showing people how we did 30-second Master Demon Web Pit runs for the first boss, and apparently it's called FBF, First Boss Farms. I don't know if that's the thing. Anyway, oh god, I'm losing my voice. Anyway, so when I got invited into this group to run a Master Demon Web Pits, my jaw dropped, man. I was like, even before she drops her bombs from the sky, from the ceiling, she's already dead. Like 20, our best run was like 15 seconds flat, I think. 15 to 20 seconds flat. Subpar 30-second Master Demon Web Pits first boss farms. 30 seconds. That was the longest. If it took more than 30 seconds, people would be wondering what the hell just happened. Well, who didn't use their artifact? You know what I mean? It was that kind of group. So when that first happened, and I got a achievement as well for it, which is kind of funny. 13 years of playing. Although Demon Web Pits came much earlier than that, obviously. Since the Demon Web Pits came out until now, I didn't have that achievement. So, but anyway, all to say, when they used Demogorgon, nobody was using the owlbears yet. Nobody was using the artifacts until at least the third tentacle hit the boss. By that time, everybody unleashed all of their artifacts and mount powers. It was already dead. It was already dead. I saw polymorphs. You know, people, the organizer was PMing me and asking me, run vulnerability. I was like, sure, anything you want. Run this, run that. I don't remember what artifacts and mount powers I was using, but it was definitely like debuffs, you know. You know, we had Dritz, we had Portobello, we had Tudor, we had, excuse me, Black Death Scorpion, we had, was it Atrian? One of those things. Yeah, I don't remember which companion we had. But, you know, the usual suspects when it came to group content companions. It was fast. Like that 15 seconds, 20 seconds, that was kind of like regular. 30 seconds was like, hey, who died or something? Who didn't use the artifacts at the right time? We were questioning it. And they were so organized as well. We got invited at the campfire instead of like at the very beginning of the map, where you have to go through the Bulguras, whatever. You skipped all of that. Went in straight away. People knew what to do. Being a sweaty, try-hard DPS. I was putting on Rage of Flames, Devil's Precisions. I was using like debuff gears and Apocalypse sets and you know, all these like obscure things that I generally don't do as a DPS. That's why if you look at my DPS build now, and now that I've got like a Marilyn set, which is better than an Apocalypse set, but even then, it depends on the content. If I was going through a content which has uncapped stats, right, uncapped IL, I would be running a detecting set. Yeah, which is really weird. I've got
Beard
a
of Beard 13. You felt like a big PP player again,
Kind of.
LUL.
kind of, because recently I was top DPS in a, I think it was advanced. It wasn't Master Jotunskar, it was advanced Jotunskar. Can you imagine me, a tank main, becoming top DPS for the first time? It was a really weird feeling. And the weirdest part of all, the next best DPS was about 100 million behind me at the end of it. By the end of the run, I was first, whatever, X amount, and the second one was 100 million DPS lower than me. That was really weird. That feeling. I mean, no wonder people are gaga over DPS. It's like a such
Beard
a,
of Beard 13.
Oh,
Blind man top DPS, what is everyone else doing, Kappa?
exactly. There's definitely something wrong with your build. If me, a secondary DPS, can be the top DPS. What's even worrying would be if I was a tank and I was top DPS, right? Not that it ever happened. Well, I've ever been third DPS. A lot. Many times before have I been third in DPS as a tank. That says a lot, right? But yeah, for that particular run, I suppose it's because people didn't know how to build their builds. They didn't know how to build their DPS. And I can tell you, I can assure you now, you don't need IL, guys, for DPS. You just need debuff and buff buffs, for lack of better words. What do I mean? Vulnerability, acute senses, not a good idea. Go for adult senses, armor break, you know. Ferocity, that's a map power, so I would probably say Providence is much better, especially depending on the content. If you're doing Jotunskar, for sure Providence is better than, say, Ferocity, or what is the other one? Not Raptor. Raptor is something else. Avian, Mystic. You're better off running all Providences because that's gonna keep you alive, plus gonna give you more damage. Well, maybe 2 or 3. No, not more than 2. Not more than 3, I would think. Providences. If you have 3 Providences, then you might as well swap to, say, Avian or Mystic Aura or Pack Tactics. If you're doing 10-man content, then it's more flexible because you can run 2 adult senses, 2 people run Providences, 2 people run armor
Beard
break,
of Beard
and
13.
the rest can go whatever.
I've had MLMD groups like that where I'm like, these players realize they need to be better to actually run this content. As much as you want the new gear, don't be an anchor for everyone else, even the friends pulling you through.
Well, I suppose it depends. But yeah, you're right. Generally, you're right. But that's kind of how I was thinking to gear people up, like new players or returning players, by running these kind of dungeons. You can't have one person not knowing what the hell they're doing, but 3 veterans, like the rest, the other 4 players are veterans. Usually a DPS, right? You can't have a tank who doesn't know what they're doing, who's not ready for that dungeon. You can't have a healer who's not ready, unless the tank doesn't need a healer, right? DPS can just stay back and use their stones of health, whatever. Generally, I've run AJSs, like first boss farms though, not till the second boss, without a healer before. So basically, I can have 4 DPSers and 1 tank to run first boss AJS, right? I don't think I can do it for MJS. I haven't tried. We could, maybe after we're done here, we could just try a practice run, like a first boss MJS without a healer. I'm kind of confident that I can survive that, just by, you know,
Beard of Beard 13.
timing.
That's fine to a point, but I've definitely had some doorknobs where I don't know how they even geared up in the first place.
Yeah, I think for the initially, if you were to, oh, I need to check something. If you were to try to get to IL first and then work yourself backwards, it's still okay. What do I mean? So if currently, see, I knew it. Currently, if you were to, we're gonna go on a tangent here. because I realized this guy hasn't got ranked up his workshop to rank 3, and I am able to do so. Let me show you guys how to rank up your workshops for free. What was I trying to say? Tank? No, not the tank. Oh god, I completely forgot what I was. Oh yeah, so if you want to run, like, say, end game content, nowadays you can buy the winter mark gears, right? Which is the end game gears from MJS. You can buy those. The shirt and pants, not so much. The rings, not so much. However, you can buy the ones from MSH. It's all about buying, right? That's why I say, I mean, if I really wanted to, I could just simply buy off whatever it is that I need in order to complete.
Feared Beard 13. My guild leaders and a few of us will usually take someone through advanced to see how they do before even dragging them through master.
I mean, why not straight away to MJS? Like, I see where you're coming from, Fear. Sure. I don't think I have honey on this stream. But one myrrh seems a bit too expensive. Like a +1 myrrh. Do I really have nothing else that I can give? Honey would be good. You know what? I'm just gonna make honey. You know, I can just make honey right here. Who cares? I got the morale. It is 2 times profession. I just need 1 anyway. What? Yeah, so what do I mean? You know, if it could be that they're also already good enough, and all you need to do is just run an MJS, and therefore you cut off the time to run both AJS and then
Feared Beard
MJS,
13.
if that makes sense.
I might buy some gear myself after being on a break. I don't know what my guild has been up to. I just log on for my balls.
For your balls, would you tickle them? So yeah, I think that's viable. I wouldn't do it because that's just not my style. Ooh. Was it not enough? Oh my god, I was short by X amount, 200.
You're not my dad!
Of course not. Yes, you can do whatever you want, sir. I feel like that should be it. Like, we're gonna craft another one if it's not enough. I didn't realize we didn't have enough. Usually they didn't tell you if you've already the 500,000 commission. So I assumed that was done. All you needed is just like 1, but apparently not. I was so wrong. Anyway, yeah, you can do whatever you want, sir. Like, run AJS first and then MJS, but you could be running 2 MJSs, you know what I mean? Instead of just 1 of each, but more power to you. And of course, if you wanted to buy the gears, that is no judgment here. I just don't. As much as possible, I would just run it because I know I can get it for free. For example, I am still missing the shirt and pants from AJS, but the thing is, I'm aiming to get the celestial ones. So there's no point of me farming for the purple ones when I can run MJS perfectly fine without
Feared Beard
the
13.
epic shirt and pants.
I should be crafting pedals myself.
What do I want to say? Sorry, let this video kind of like go past. Passively making pedals, I think, only really works for people who invoke on their tunes 6 times in a day. Because I have so many tunes, I could do that. It will just take me a very long time, like 6 hours in a day, simply just invoking on all of my tunes, like every 5 minutes. I'll basically be stuck in a loop of professions, just claiming it again and again and again. I suppose that's the most efficient way, but no, it's not. I find, and of course you can craft it, right? You can craft the pedals here using your morale as well. but that will only yield you so much, I think. It'll only yield you so much before the morale runs out. So then the question becomes, so what is the best? My answer is running the event. So Hungry Trolls. So Summer Feast. So what's the other one? It's like a Water Battle, right? If you can consistently get the first place of each of these events, and I have my ways, you'll get about, I believe it's 60 petals per event, and it runs every 5 minutes, right? When one event ends, it will run for 10 to 15 minutes, and then there'll be a lull of 5 minutes, and then there'll be another event happening. So it's a rotation. By the time you finish playing for like say 8 hours, whatever, you've gotten like 60 petals per. Of course, assuming you get first. If you don't get first, it's still okay. You can get 20 between 20 and 60 petals per event, right? Maybe another trick would be, say you don't like Water Battle, right? That's the least favorite event of the 3. Well, 4 if you include flowers. I would be doing, say if I wasn't gonna do the Water Battle when it started, I could either just throw a water bomb at one person, get inside the leaderboard, and then just go and farm for petals for the rest of the event. So not only will you get awarded by the HE once it's over, right? Even though you only participated the one time, you'd still get at least 20, I think, petals. Like the last bronze award, you'll get 20. But then between that time, when it started and when it ends, you would have already picked up petals that you can use to buy the flower packs from the NPC, meaning to say you can get more petals instead of wasting your time throwing water balls and not even getting the first place, right? That the time spent, the 10-15 minutes that you spend picking up flowers might actually go over 60. So that's why I really hate it when I go to a low pop. This is my trick. I go to a low pop, I do like Summer Feast, which is one of my favorites because I've got the secret sauce to getting number 1. Say I just put in 1 pig or 1 chicken. I could then farm for the petals again, continue farming it while the event is live. However, then some sneaky bee or would come in and start doing it, and now I have to fight this other person for the number 1 spot, where I could be farming the petals all day. You know what I mean? It's like I'm actually wasting time farming for an event that gives me 60 petals maximum at first place, whereas I could have gotten first place 60 petals plus the 15 minutes of farming the leaves or the flower petals from the meadow, right? Or the glade, whatever you want to call it. It really frustrates me when somebody comes in and takes over my first spot. That's why I really, if the devs were to ask me what kind of improvements would you include if you were like a developer, the first number 1 priority for me, I think, would be a personal instance. Meaning to say, if I was to go here to the instant thing, right? Enclave number 1, whatever. You see all these 1 all the way to 6 or 7. Sorry, I'm blind. There is, say, 1 here above or 1 at the very bottom, which says SpartanDee's instance, right? SpartanDee's instance, for example, a personal instance where everything's the same, NPCs are here, but there's not a soul, no other player in the instance whatsoever. I can do my dragon hunts. No, I can do my whatever hunts that uses bait by myself. I can collect the mission quest items by myself, not having to fight anyone. I can pick up the flowers by myself, the flax flowers by myself, and not having to fight anybody for it. I would even pay for that. Seriously, if you can get a personal instance in Neverwinter, I would actually pay for that feature. You know what? Include that in your $10 per month VIP. They should include that in VIP. Personalized instance in all maps, not just PE, not just Summerfest, whatever event, whatever map gives you this chance to have your own instance. And I think people will be rushing to buy VIP. It doesn't there's no detriment to it. You're already getting your VIP post, you're getting your bank, you're able to directly go to your workshop, and if you add personal instance to that, sold. Like I will pay the $10 every month simply for the signpost, because time is money to me. If it can save me time by not having to travel all the way to an exit, I think this is enough for one more rank 3, because you need 512, I think 512 of those MERS in order to make your workshop from rank 2 to rank 3. Anyway, as I was saying, personal instance, I should be selling this idea to Neverwinter. Like for every dollar that you get from this idea, you give me 0.01 cent. Sorry, not 0.10 cent, $0.001, which is 1 cent. For every dollar that you get from the idea, you give me 1 cent. I think I'd be a millionaire. I think. Because that is the real. This is the real way you guys make money. You just get a percentage, and it's forever. Even if it's a small amount to you, 1 cent from one person is not gonna break the bank for that individual. But 10 people giving 1 cent is 10 cents. 100 people giving 1 cent is what is that? $1, right? If you think about, like, so Neverwinter has how many population? 2,000, I think, concurrent players. What is that? If all 2,000 players were to give me 1 cent, that is $200 every month. I don't know. I'm gonna use a calculator because I'm dumb. I'm silly. Math is not my $20. $20 a month, not bad, because it's like passive income. I don't have to worry about it. I mean, imagine if it was 1%. But anyway, is that how I make my money? Kind of. Some of my side hustles use that commission based. But if your job, if you are on a totally commission based job, meaning to say 100% of your income is based on commission, get out. Quit as fast as you can, because I've been in several jobs which is 100% commission based, and basically that's me personally. So if somebody offers me a job which is commission based, I'd say no. I'd say flat out no. You either Oh no, I didn't pick up the things, did I? Totally forgot. I went here too early. If I was being offered commission-based pay by somebody, I just flat out say no, no matter how much, because I've been in real jobs where it was 100% commission-based, and I didn't make a sale all year, so I wasn't getting, but I was bleeding money, like going to work. Basically, it's free labor, not manual labor, but free labor. I'm advertising your product, like a company's product, but I wasn't earning anything. So if I were to work for anyone again, and it has commission based, I would definitely ask for a flat monthly fee of say 1,000 or 2,000 every month plus commissions. that is a better way to go. Like,
There's nothing
even
left
if
to
it was
say.
like $300 a month,
Just
right? For example, let's just say it's like a $300 a month pay with commission. I think that would at least cover my fuel for that month. My fuel, maybe my food. The thing is, I only eat twice in a day usually, so I
do you
could
want?
spend, say, the $5 or so that I need for my lunch. But if you
don't
think
know what
about
you're
it that way, in a
You've
month that
failed.
would be $150 that I
not
could have
just
saved
stress.
if I was,
They
say,
all
to cook for
betrayed me.
myself or food
Betrayed
prep
Faram.
for my lunches
And I don't
and then
care what
eat
you have
at
to say
home.
about it.
So again, I wouldn't have to pay for my dinner. I would only have to pay for my lunch. And I don't eat breakfast either, so I'm saving money that way. That's why I kind of like intermittent fasting, just for this two reasons. The fact that I'm saving money because I'm not eating like one meal in a day, minus one meal in a day. So basically saving about $5 a day, right? In a month, I would have saved $150. But then, yeah, if I was to get commission, this is how I live.
All in a day's work for the child of a star.
I would have an X amount. Let's just assume I have $1,000 in a day. Sorry, in a month. Sorry, not in a day. I would say my living cost is about 300, right? So I put that aside. I'm left with 700. $700. Then I used I think 100 is investment. Another 100 is for my education. Another is for any other business, as it were. Anything like maybe a future investment, like a future big purchase, for example, like a house or a car or a phone or a PC. And then the rest I'll just put in an investment because I have nothing else to use it for. Usually people's living cost is about 70% of your income. So this includes your rent, your groceries, your bills, right? I don't need any of these. Groceries, bills, rent. I don't pay any of these. I've got zero for all three because I live at this mansion, you know. And I've already kind of like contributed elsewhere. So I'm not living here just for free, not using the electricity just for free. You know, circumstances. But anyway, all to say, 70% of my income now is used for whatever else, anything else. So like I said, 10% is for my investments, which is gold in this case. Another 10% is for my education, which I don't use because I don't go to school anymore or trainings anymore. So basically, at this point, I've got 80% of my income for whatever I want. And then lastly, any other investments. Meaning to say 90% of my income, if not 100% of my income now, currently, is for any other business. For any other, actually no, 90% because 10% is for my gold investment. So that's my life right now. You're wondering how I'm able to live this kind of life? Is because of that. I have a very low cost of living. Ooh, miracle worker. And high investment potential. So that's why a lot of people come up to me and ask me, you know, would you like to invest in this? Would you like to invest in that? And things like anything other than gold doesn't interest me anymore. Bitcoins, what's the other one? Yeah, it's kind of like Bitcoins, right? When you're buying and selling. What do you call, not Bitcoin specifically, what kind of currency is this thing called? Bitcoin? Bitcoin currency? No, that's not the word. What's the word for it? You know, Euphoria, whatever. Doge coins. What is this currency called? I can't remember. I don't care for them. I would like to have one Bitcoin at least. You know, just to say I have one. And even if I did, I would probably buy the golden physical Bitcoin coin, if that makes sense. Oh God, what is it called? Something currency. Electric currency? No, that's not quite it. There are things like virtual cards and all that, right? But it still uses cash money. So And as an investment, cash money is not really a good idea, if I was being honest, because it's depreciates over time, whereas gold is a hedge for your investment, because as inflation increases, the price of gold also increases and may even overtake. Inflation increases by, if I'm not mistaken, globally about 2 or 4%, between 2 and 4%. So if you want an investment, you need an investment that gives you an annual growth of more than 6% per annum. Something like gold. I think gold had an 150% increase in the last 3 years. 20%. If we're talking about from year to year, I think it's quite high, in the tens of percents, if not more. Maybe 20. It's been a long time since I talked about gold. I think it's like 20%. So that's why when I was talking to my guild alliance earlier, how I play the game is how I live my life. I put in AD into the Zen exchange every day, every month, whenever I have 3.75 million AD, I would just post it in the Zen exchange and forget about it. If from time to time I've checked it and it has increased, like it has gone through, then I'll take it out and then just repost another 3.75 million and then forget about that, you know, because it's a very long wait time, 9 to 12 months. If Neverwinter decided that they won't have Zen exchange anymore, then it's a different story. Like, I think AD, Zen, all these things, I will just keep it to myself. Don't know why I think the only thing left in Neverwinter now, if I was to not be able to trade in Astral Diamonds for Zen, is to buy astral caskets and astral chests, lockboxes. That's the only thing I can think of. And I may or may not need the things that are inside them. However, the things that are given to me from those lockboxes or chest, whatever you call them, caskets, I can gift it to somebody else. Or, you know, insignia powders. Even if I had all of my loadouts insignias to Celestials, there's still the colors, and I believe color still uses insignia powder, so I will just hoard these insignias just in case that happens, where colors can be Celestials. And in fact, there are 3 times 5, 15 colors in total, right? I only have 5 mythic colors. The rest are an afterthought, I suppose. But I suppose if I have nothing better to do, I could probably just make them into Celestials when it does happen. All 15, and just play around with them, I suppose. It depends though. If devs are making colors as account wide, much like the Celestials, using Celestial essences, for example, then I would only need to upgrade 15 and then call it a day. I wouldn't need to upgrade anything more and then pass it to my other tunes. So we shall see whenever that happens, if it happens. Most likely it will happen. Interesting, guys. I feel like I need to rest my eye.
I hope you're happy.
I just got not a painful like strike inside. It's not like something is poking my eye or anything. There was like something. It was like, what was that kind of thing? So it might be my body telling me that I need a rest. I need to rest my eyes, like take a nap. I've only just like 2 days ago got the bleeding in my eye. What the fudge? Is this one of the tunes that I'm supposed to do Saha balls? Like Saha match? It is. Let's see if anybody's running it at all. That's not event, that's random. I believe I have 2 tunes still to this day that hasn't done the Saha ticket ball, so let's see if we get lucky. I've already gotten the flowers. You know what? I guess I could talk to this, or at least do this quest. You don't need to do this particular quest where you have to talk to the NPCs, yada yada yada. It's for people who haven't done it before, who don't know where the NPCs are.
The summer festival.
So you can just talk to this,
Celebration of
do
the
that,
love and beauty.
look at this
What would
sign,
you like to know about?
talk to this NPC the one time, talk to this other NPC the one time. I don't actually believe you have to talk to her, but I like to. Wait. Usually she has a continue. Ah, I think I've already talked to her. Go to this dude over here. Exit. Go talk to this dude or do that. I'm not sure. It's a dude. Go to this dude right over at the flowers. So by the time I finish this quest, if it doesn't pop, we're just gonna continue on. It is of no consequence that I don't have a Saha ticket ball in this tune. I mean, it's one less. You know, basically 20 free Saha balls during this event, right? It's only 3 weeks. I believe it's 3 weeks of this event. Is it 3 or 4 weeks? Oh, I was supposed to talk to this farmer. Sorry, I thought I was supposed to talk to that guy. I was supposed to talk to this guy. Done the quest. We're gonna hand it in and we're gonna go to the next one because apparently nobody is running Saha matches at this hour or at all now since they've already gotten their Saha ticket balls. Oh, that's not what I meant to press. Yeah. Alright. Professions. Oh. There we go. And we're gonna cancel. Oh. Professions. Oh. And we're gonna go to the, oh. Okay, there, finally. Yeah, that's why I use a miracle worker, because once they've finished their task, there's a chance, like 25% is most, of it happening again. And again, and again, and again. I've seen it run like 3 times in a row before it decided, okay, that's enough. However, if you're really lucky, you might be able to get more, you know? So, if you are able to get 5 petals in 1 second, you know what I mean? It's like, it's good. Now, you could do the trick where I just cancel and do another one, cancel, do another one, cancel, do another one to get petals. Sure. You know, if I was thinking about it, now that I think about it, is that actually a really good way of doing it? You might as well just run killing those kobolds in the meadow or glade, whatever, to get flowers then. Because the flower packs give you 220? No, that's flower for everybody. I'm not sure how much the packs gives you. There might be somebody out there crazy enough to calculate whether that's actually a better way to get flowers. If you have the gold for it, I suppose you could do that. Just craft cancel, you know. If it goes through, if the miracle worker procs, then you don't have to cancel. You just wait until it stops procking and then do the same. You know what? I feel like I'm not explaining this well enough. Let's see if we go to the workshop in a second. Maybe not this tune. I don't think I have a lot of gold on this tune. If we complete all of this and we go to my main, I will show you guys what I mean. Like infinite petals as long as you have the gold for it. And I've got 12,000 gold, so I definitely have the gold for it. It doesn't take a lot of gold to craft your fire blossom petals as well. So that's what I'm trying to sell you guys. Have I done my... No, I have not. I need an artisan with a miracle worker. I don't think Fenma is. I think she's passion. Wow, 11 o'clock. Actually, I feel like time is moving slow today. Oh well. I didn't notice she was level 1. I'm pretty sure she's level 1. I could have used any other of my tunes to make this, but I had to use a passion project person. Sorry, what you call that? A miracle worker, because I didn't want to use my morale. Grr. Nah, I can't get a Saha now on this tune. Impossible. I don't have enough of the materials. Oh well. C'est la vie. This is not. It's not the first time I've done this mistake. I guess I should really get rid of the rank ones. I don't know. Level them up, but I don't use that profession. It's either alchemy, our adventurer, or leather worker that I use consistently. Oh, it's time for a giveaway. Hold on. So because my eye is like, I wouldn't say it's in pain right now, but I do feel like I need to give it a rest. So
SpartanDee's raffle.
there you go. Let's see how many tunes we have left to do, because streaming or no, I would still need to do these on all of my tunes, all my 50 plus tunes. So I feel like we're gonna end the stream, guys, much earlier today. Unfortunately, I don't want to strain my eye. It's still recovering. I've only, my eyes was bleeding like 2 days ago, so I do need to give it a good rest. He says, but the most likely scenario, even after I've done all this 50 tunes for the Saha summer event, I'd probably be lying in bed with my note, watching manhwa, and not sleeping, unless of course I fall asleep listening to the manhwa. We shall that goes, but that's the most likely scenario. I will probably be looking at my note anyway still, but attempting to sleep. So I guess that's not too bad. I don't want to sleep while I'm streaming. I've done it before for my 24-hour stream. Speaking of which, are we gonna do any more 24-hour streams moving forward? My wife is going to be away-ish, but she's not gonna be away for long. I think she's gonna be away for like a weekend, like a day of the weekend. So it's not long enough for us to do a 24-hour stream. She did mention something about a company trip in the future. However, I don't know when exactly that is. We will probably do a 24-hour stream, or even a more, like maybe even a 48-hour stream, depending on how long she's gonna be away. Basically, I'm gonna be here. Usually 24-hour stream is just you not sleeping for 24 hours, right? And just be on stream. I'm an old man. I don't think I can do that. I need my sleep. So the way that I alleviate that last time I did a 24-hour stream was actually just sleep in my chair. And you guys basically watch me without the mic being on, without me using wearing my headphones. Otherwise, I bet you people like, well, maybe not Fear. I don't think Fear is gonna be that bad. That he will use a sound alert to wake me up from my sleep, right? You need at least, I would say at least 8 hours, but I don't sleep that much at the moment. Good night's sleep. You just need about 7 hours sleep on average, I suppose. 6 to 8 hours sleep in without interruption, like straight 8 hours sleep, so that your brain fog, like the impurities, the toxins that are in your brain, can be cleansed by the body, right? So that's why if you don't have enough sleep, you would have brain fog, because the toxins are still, if you woke up, like if you slept for like just say 2 hours or 4 hours, right? You wake up, you have brain fog for the rest of your day. That's because you have toxins in your body. You didn't give it enough time to get rid of all the toxins. So that's why sleeping is very important. If you missed, like say a 6 hour, 8 hour sleep cycle, that already affects your body. I would even say lethal if you don't sleep for at least 6 to 8 hours in a day. Which is, I think, what? Are you sure? Yeah, yeah. I think people, you could die if you didn't sleep for 3 days. Something like this. I could Google it right now. Oh no, what's going on? Hello? I don't wanna accidentally craft like 3 or 4 sailcloth by mistake. Why is this not registering? Uh-oh. Okay, that was weird. For some reason it didn't let me like craft, but it's okay now. I just realized another thing. Have I not been doing professions? Oh no. Let's go ahead and go to the workshop. Because oh no, that's not the right place. It's okay.
Another 10-point landing.
So this is what I mean. If you were to go, do I have enough gold? I have 53 gold. Good enough. I need to release one of these guys. Joaquin. There you go. Let's just use him for example. Craft. There, 5 seconds. It went through, right? If we're lucky, it might go through again. It went through again, so that's another 5. Is it gonna go through again? By the way, I experimented. No, so I've experimented with dab hand. You do not. I used all of 400 morale to craft a dab hand. It didn't work. It does not produce 10 petals if that was what you're expecting. So if by doing what I'm doing right now, okay, I am expending gold. However, if it does go through, I'm getting 5 petals each time. And if you calculate how long it takes for me to set up a fire blossom petal in the profession, click 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 click, this actually might be much faster than killing cobalt and collecting flowers at the meadow, right? I mean, it's much faster if I was to do this using morale. However, you have limited morale. I suppose what you could do is just spam morale first, and then once you use up all your morale, use this method using a miracle worker, ordering, waiting for this to proc its miracle worker, and you get 5 petals for every time they go through. Although, again, the caveat being you lose 92 bronze every single time you do this. Success or failing, you will use 92. If you had a passion project, artisan, you can negate the cost, like 25% chance off. However, you'd still be using morale, so it's like you do you know what I mean? Which resource would you rather use? Gold, morale, your time, your resources, you know? It's totally up to you if you want to like be efficient. But if you don't want to stand around just click getting carpal tunnel, doing professions is boring, then I suppose you could just go around to the meadow and collect the cobalts, your flowers and all that. Sorry, I just realized I didn't pick it up, did I? Let's pick it up right now. The myrrh, I do believe it's 512, if not 517, to maximize your rank 3, your commission, 500,000. So let's try it. Oh god, I panicked so hard. For some reason, the honey, I think, decided to swap places, so it's not gonna be exactly 517 anymore, or 512. Was it 517? 521? Well, it's definitely not. So 572, I got the numbers wrong. However, I did gift that 1 honey. Yeah, I think I have to produce more honey now. Let's just do that real quick. What was it before this? I think 2 honey should do it. 2 honeys. 1, 2. Because I donated that 1 honey by mistake. You know, I don't want to do it again, so we're gonna get rid of the MERS from this tune. I don't know what happened just now. It like glitched out. I panicked just now because I thought I just wasted 588 of these MERS. I got a balance of 17, which is okay, you know. It will accumulate. I'm not doing MERS at the moment because of the Fire Blossom Petals. I probably should be doing MERS instead. But every little kind of like... Is 1 enough? 1 was enough actually. I don't need it to make 2. There we go. And then we go to the workshop. Talk to the NPC. There you go.
Oh.
There we go. We got an upgrade.
I've just now arrived.
This one. So all of this effort is just so that I can have more slots, and of course artisans down the line that will like apply to my workshop so that I can have epics. You can get epics, I think, at rank 3. However, it's rare. I have seen, or maybe I used a choice or random artisan scroll, whatever. I'm waiting here for the NPC from Lady Begum's like staff to come by. This guy walks so slowly. If you can't wait, you can just go out and come back into the workshop, and he'll already be inside the room. There we go. I was just waiting for this guy. He's not even gonna sit. He's gonna turn around. Anyway, so the next task then is to donate 2.5 million commissions to Lady Begum. Although my kind of like thinking right now, I'm not gonna go and get 2.5 million. 2.5 million commission basically to me is, what is that, 5 rank 4s? Sorry, 5 rank 3s? 5 times 5 is 25? So instead of having 1 super rank 4 workshop, I can have 5 rank 3 workshops, which I feel like is much better. So in my mind, I don't think having 1 rank 4 is much better than having 5 rank 3s. You have to go to the tavern. I do believe I've already submitted my Saha balls. It wasn't this one that failed, right? It was another tune that failed. Yeah, I've already done it. It's fine. Yeah, let's just complete the quest for this. Now, I know I said I was gonna stop the stream earlier today because I need a rest. But before I totally forgot. I got distracted. We're gonna do all 50 plus of my tunes before I do that. Before we stop the stream. My eye is kind of itching right now. But I shouldn't be rubbing.
Feared of Beard 13. I thought today was 6HR Stram.
My eye's not letting me. I just had a like poking sensation from the back of my eye. It wasn't painful, but it was enough to cause me a bit of an alarm.
You don't know what you're talking about.
So I think I'm gonna stop the stream earlier today and take a rest because my bleeding was only like 2 days ago. So for all I know, I'm still bleeding. Or I'm causing the wound to reopen by playing Neverwinter. So
Feared of Beard 13.
Just caution.
Take it easy, old man, no problem.
I'm exercising caution right now because I was just sitting here watching anime when it first started to bleed. So it could be that I'm stressing myself out, straining my eyes even further by continuing to play. But yes, I'll take it easy. But I have to be honest with myself. I will still be playing until all of my tunes have gotten their Saha ticket balls. So I might as well just do that on stream. I mean, we can still continue to talk and chat, whatever. And the other thing is, I don't know if you were here when the viewer was here. The one that I'm referring to is Tias. Tias, I think that's how you pronounce his name, or Toss. Apparently he said it was Toss, but that's not how that's spelled. But anyway, I'm waiting for him to come back to the stream because I quote unquote I promised him that I would do summer event with him. I believe I've contacted him through Discord. I'm not sure if it was him, because the timeline was the same. Like the person said hello and he came into my chat in Discord, but I didn't see what his ad handle was. He doesn't have the same ad handle as he does at Twitch as he has in game, right? So I'm actually streaming now for him, just so that he has a chance to say hello. When are we gonna do summer event? But the thing is, here's my dilemma. I can only wait for him for so long. It has been 3 or 4 days now since I contacted him. It's been a bit like maybe 5 to 1 week since he contacted me during that stream. So as a Muslim, my kind of like the practice is, if you were to promise to meet with somebody, right? You go to that place, the venue, and to meet that person. But if they don't arrive for the next 3 days, then I'm allowed to leave. Consider that promise fulfilled. So, like I said, he contacted me about a week ago. I texted him through Discord 4 days ago, and he has yet to reply. But as a courtesy, I will not be opening my Saha ticket balls until the 27th. Right? This is when I was gonna open my Saha ticket balls anyway, during the last week of the event. It is not the last day of the event. The event will go on for another, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, as it were. Right? 6 more days. After. Oh, no. Sorry. A week later. Yeah. 1 more week. 7 days. So, by this day, which is, I'm giving him basically another 2 weeks, right? 1 week and plus 1 day, which is 2 to 3 times more time that even our Prophet Muhammad gave, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, gave to this person that he was supposed to meet. So I think I could be excused for not keeping my promise if this person doesn't come up and appear during my streams every day, during my Discord. You know that you can contact me through Discord at any time, 24 hours. You know, at least 3 weeks. I think it's good enough. So I wouldn't feel guilty if he comes to the stream, like say after the fact, like I've used up all of my Saha ticket balls, right? For example, it's like the last day of the event. He decides to come back and then finally says, "Oh yeah, we can open that 300 Saha ticket balls now." At which point, I would have already, well, for one thing, I'll be in KL, so I wouldn't be able to do that.
With your help,
consistently. And
to put your hands on
oh.
another ticket ball. Girls are always looking for more
Hello,
players
who's this?
in their exhibition matches, and I'm always
Oh.
looking for blacks.
My
Once you
Korean
make
friend,
your
hold on.
decision, report back to me, and I'll make sure you get what you need. I hope you like jamming too. Splendid.
I hope you're having your favorite.
Stick close towards Regis. I'll get us through this mess.
Great are indeed our pleasures that are shared.
Anyone feel like taking on some trolls?
Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, it's very rare. Well, he does contact me from time to time. That was my friend from all the way back from my college days in the UK. He's a genius. A genius. So smart. I didn't realize how smart he was back in the day. But anyway, let me just send him my link to the stream.
Careful. Those
There you go. I didn't realize it was on a video call. You should have told me. www dot twitch.tv /Spartan D.
You know, if you just feed them, they'll come right to.
Oh no, I didn't. Oh god. Hold on. I didn't put a dot there. I hate being blind. I should have tested the link and see if it worked. Yeah, it works. So yeah, so my Korean friend, school friend, he's basically inviting me to go over to Busan for a film festival in October. Now, unfortunately, I will be having my surgery then for my right eye, so I don't know if that's gonna work. I don't know how that's gonna work, but we'll try to make it happen. Worst case scenario, I just couldn't go. Because the thing is, like, I may have to, the event might happen first, and then I have my surgery, or my surgery comes first, and then the event happens after. So either which way, unless of course they postpone my surgery. So if they postpone my surgery, then I would be able to, you know, participate in this BIFF, the Busan International Film Festival, I think he said. First time I'm hearing it. It sounds very, very interesting. I would like to go to Korea again. Maybe even pop by to Japan using the ferry, because I do love Japan as well. We shall see. I don't know if I mean, I have the budget for it, so I'm not too worried about the tickets and the stay and what have yous. It's a last minute thing as well. He did mention that he wanted to apply me for a badge. I think it's like for entry, but I can't quite give him an answer quite yet. Even when October comes around, I am not sure whether or not you know, the surgery will happen or not. It's either gonna happen or it's not gonna happen. Once that's done with, like, whether or not I am getting surgery or not, if I did get surgery, for example, then I would need time to recover as well. I was telling him that I might have to wear an eye patch while going through this festival, and he said, sure, why not? That'd be interesting. Which I don't mind. I don't think I would need to have more rest, to be honest, but I wouldn't mind doing that. It's things like these, you know, that makes you enrich your life. Sudden visits from friends in the past, you know. What is it? Life is like moments in your lifetime. Getting married, for example. You know, you birth your child, for example. These are the moments that will carry with you for the rest of your life. So, you know, I would say getting married was one, definitely the highlight of my life. Another one was actually karaokeing with the bros in Singapore. it was just like an idea that I suggested. We were there for a paintball competition. We lost, unfortunately. We did get 8th place out of 8, by the way. So the rest of the 3-day trip was basically, we didn't have anything else to do, so I suggested we go to a karaoke, and I was glad that I did. It was a really fun night. I had the best curry I ever had in my life, you know. So it, like I said, just moments in your life that you'll never forget. They'll carry you with you to the rest of your life. Making friends, you know, making new friends, getting more connections. I suppose I'm a very, I really, as a, I'm an introvert and extrovert. It really depends on what the situation is. As I mentioned before, when I am surrounded by friends that I know, I am a big extrovert. Like I will just laugh and like talk your ear off. But when it comes to like a say a business setting, I have my composure. My face on stream is not the same as my face if you were to be in front of me one on one, right? Like as Dr. Kim knows, if he's listening in, if he's watching my stream right now. But I was not the same person as I was 20 years ago, bro. I think it was 20 years ago when we went to Bedford. I mean, I do have my picture here somewhere. I think that's it. Although I can't. Like, what year? Oh, I keep falling down. Here's a picture of us. I'm down here somewhere. Where am I? Oh, was I standing? No, I think I was sitting down. Oh, I might be standing. Now that I think about it. Well, it doesn't help that I'm freaking blind as well. I think that's me at the very end. I think that's me at the very end. I don't know if you guys could see it. But anyway. This was in... Oh, they should have had the year here somewhere. They don't. Usually they'd have put a year somewhere here, right? I don't see one here. But that's okay. Anyway, moving on. I think I was 14 at the time. So that's what, 30 years ago? Something like this? Oh, Kim was there as well. I don't remember. I didn't see him, but he is definitely there. Oh wait, was he definitely there? No. Well, it's not my story to tell. But let's just say at one point he was no longer with us in school. I'm trying to look for... There we go, miracle worker. Yeah, so going back to what I was saying, I would like to go to Busan again. I've already been to Busan when we went to Korea, South Korea with the wife last time. I think that was like 4 years ago, maybe 5. It's been a while. I don't tend to go to the same location that I've been before unless I really really like it, like Penang. We've been there at least 4 times, I think, at this point. We go almost every year, but maybe not the past few years, couple of years. We have been busy, and we basically ate the same thing, go to the same places again and again and again. We just stayed at different places. But yeah, Penang is a very, very small island, very small country, or very small state, should I say, because it is part of Malaysia after all, the country of Malaysia. But yeah, it's like the food haven. Oh, did I? Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. It does look. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 3 more. That's not too bad. We are basically at the last leg. I do apologize for. It looks like we're gonna end the stream at 12 o'clock, guys. 7 minutes from now. We will be able to do one giveaway. I think one last giveaway before I really have to go. I do need to take a rest. As I said, if you are just coming in to the stream, I have been mentioning it throughout the whole stream. Oh, I need to do the Saha event on this tune. I think I should probably check the quest first before I queued up for a Saha match. Yes, and collected flowers already. We'll just do some maintenance on this tune. Obviously, I can't get a Saha ticket ball yet because I haven't joined the queue. We will just queue for it, and if it doesn't pop by the time I'm done, we'll just continue on with the other 2, the next 2. Let's get rid of these. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Kim coming into the stream, to be honest. Um, it's not that interesting. Otherwise, I'd have thousands and thousands of viewers. But he did say I'm the funniest businessman in Brunei that he's ever met, or he's known. I'm pretty sure there are funnier guys out there. I don't think I'm that funny. I am funny, but not that funny. I've thought about doing comedy as a career before. Yeah, it doesn't seem like we are gonna get any bites. Yeah, left the queue. Left the queue. Gonna do professions. I probably should have just kept on continuing with the professions and queue up at the same. Oh yeah, I can't make any. So that's alright. We're gonna move to the next one. We're gonna end pretty soon. 2 more tunes, I think it looks like. This is the last one. Second to last. If we finish earlier, we can still go to my main and talk about things. I think I've already showed you guys how you can get infinite flowers. But whether that's the most efficient way or not is still up in the air. I still feel like doing the event and getting the first place in per event is still the best way to get flower petals. In fact, I think we could continue doing that for the next 7 minutes. It's probably not gonna take that long because usually the events are 10 to 15 minutes long. So I think we're gonna go overtime, like past 12 o'clock before we end the stream, if we do an event. Otherwise, we'll just be going around collecting flowers, I think, just to get the flower petals. And we'll see how many flower petals I already have currently. Not a lot, I don't think. Probably like 2,000. Last time I checked, it was like 1999 on my main. But that's probably because I wasn't really farming for the flowers. I was farming flowers. I was getting the flower packs though. I just didn't open it yet because the 27th until the 3rd is the last week of the event. That is when I'm going to be opening the flower packs and flowers for everyone and anything that has flowers in them, including piñatas, Saha ticket balls, flower packs, like I said, flowers for everyone. I believe I did mention Saha ticket balls. There are also claimables, right? These ones, but I'm not sure, other than flowers for everyone, if there are packs that you can get for tickets. Other than that, we're gonna investigate maybe after I do this quest. Have I collected the Favor of Sune quest? I'm not sure. There you go. But before we go over to the Favor of Sune quest, I suppose we can go here first. Let's check. So for the coppers, you can get these flowers for everyone, of which I have 50 plus. When did I have 50 plus of these? Interesting. I gotta check my tunes again. No silver tickets, but that's okay. Any flowers? No, there are insignias though, which we're gonna buy. Again, I'm not sure whether you can get 20 each per tune or just 20 per account. Like the whole of account, you can only get 20 of these, 20 of these, 20 of these, 20 of these. We shall find out during the last week of the event, starting the 27th. No mithrils. That's okay. They shouldn't be calling it mithrils. They should probably call it like epic. You know, epic tickets or something like this. But anyway, going back to what I was saying about the trip, I do have the money for it. I do have the time. It's just that my schedule for my surgery is unknown at the moment. Whether or not it's going to be postponed again till next year. Whether or not what's the word I'm trying to say here? Whether we are gonna operate or we're gonna operate at the end of the month. It all depends on what my doctor says. I could just go for a surgery, but it's gonna cost me like $3,000 per eye, which, you know, if I could get it for free, then might as well get it for free instead of paying like $3,000 just so that I can say I can see like 40% of my vision back. Anyway, I think anything else other than that? No. This is the last one, guys. So again, 1 minute till 12. Yeah. We'll go to my main though. We'll go to my main. I don't think we have time to do events then. I I don't know if there's gonna be an event coming. Like, what's the next event? The next event is War Battle 11. Oh, it's happening right now. It's gonna be over in 5 minutes. Oh, there we go. It is time for me to go. But let me just finish this off. Let's do a giveaway, guys. As per usual, at the top of the hour, we do a giveaway. If you are playing on the PC, I can gift you something special, whatever it is.
SpartanDee's.
If you'd like to join,
Sraffle.
type in ! join. If not, that's okay. And then, yeah, we're gonna go to my main. We're just gonna wait to see if there's a winner or not. If there is no one joining the giveaway, what we can do is just open the lockbox and see if we can get that Gravehound finally. I do have a key. I think I still have 5 keys left. We shall see. We shall see. I'm not gonna open all 5 keys. I do need to use the keys for giveaways. So I'll just open 1 key and see if we get really lucky with the 1 key. I've got 6 months of VIP, so I get keys every single day for the next 6 days. That's about 30 times 6, 180 keys. Unfortunately, the what you call those things? Shantaea bounties are not a lockbox. I would have gotten the lockboxes and then opened 150 to get the Neo Eclipse mount, which I still don't have. I also want the Hag's Enchanting Cauldron, which I still don't have. I feel like a Hag's Enchanted Cauldron might actually be the kind of like secret sauce to, you know, more DPS. I'm not sure. Based on my 30-second subpar Advanced Demon Web Pits first boss farms, yeah, I think you need polymorph potions, but we shall see. Unless, of course, if you include Snow Tusk, only the Octopi, as well as Twin Alders being kind of like the best debuffs currently, and you just use Gravehounds. I don't know. I feel like with 3 or 4 single target high burst damage equate to more damage versus say okay, so 4 DPS and then 1 debuff, or 3 or 4 debuffs and 1 big hit. I think it's halfway, meaning to say you have like say 3 single targets and then 2 debuffers, or 3 debuffers with 2 single target high damage DPS. I think that makes more sense. I feel like I ran out of Cobalt Alembics already. So we're just gonna do this. I don't think anybody joined, because otherwise I would have heard TTS speak. Fenma. I don't think there are any of these except for this one, but she's too low.
Anyone feel like taking on some trolls?
I don't want to fail again. Brenton. I guess Brenton would be good enough. Brenton is at the top of the list. 100% yes. Let's craft these. 3 sail clocks. And then 1 Saha ticket ball. Unfortunately, I did fail a crafting earlier because I wasn't paying attention. I think that's it. I don't believe there's anything else I needed to do on this tune other than making the Saha ball and talking to the NPC. The last 3 doesn't have profession. They're all level 1s anyway, so there's no point in me coming. I can't even go to the Summer Festival map on those level 1 tunes. Because I was silly and I didn't like excuse me, plan for it. These, I'm gonna sell these. Nobody joined, that is fine. We are going to end the stream as soon as we open the lockbox, guys. So for those people who just came in, like, sorry about that, I have to go. I usually stop my stream at like 2 p.m. 2 hours from now. Unfortunately, I need to rest my eyes. But anyway, let's take a seat. What's the seat? F3? Yes. Let's open a Deathly Delights lockbox. Wish me luck. I'm aiming for this Gravehound because it is the single most best DPS single target mount power in the game, even in mod 33.5. Anyway, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, I think. I got more trade bars. Okay. Say la vie, cookie crumbs and all that. Anyway, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for coming in to the stream. I'll see you guys in the next one. I don't think we have enough for a raid. We do not. So we'll just end it here. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next one. Assalamualaikum and goodbye. Bye. Good luck with your summer and the rest of your day. Bye bye.